What up, y'all? You gotta bear with me a second. I'm doing all this myself. There I am. Wait, nope. There I am. What up, everybody? And welcome to another exciting episode of Wicked 101. As always, I'm your host, Defekt, in this motherfucker. And every month, we come at you with a brand new episode of Wicked 101. And every month, we have a different guest speaker to school you on the wicked shit. So every month, it's like a brand new chapter of the wicked shit that you get to experience for yourself. And we've had Staples, the Skullface Madman. We've had Fritz the Cat. We've had the ROC from Magic Ninja. And tonight we have my homie, V Sinizter, my brother, V Sinizter in this motherfucker. Can I get some round of applause in this motherfucker? John Doom in this motherfucker. That's right. So without further ado, man, I think we're going to get into it. We're going to talk some history tonight. We're going to talk about what V Sinizter's got going on. You know, he's back in the game. After all this time, he's back in the game. He's back in the game. So look, where you at, V? Why don't you get over here and say what up?
Yeah, I'm gonna give me a cue, dude.
I gave you a cue.
That was a cue?
That was the cue.
Well, my bad. Yeah.
How you doing, V?
I'm doing freaking awesome. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. That's all you're going to say? You're supposed to keep talking. Well,
Supposed to keep talking?
Yeah, I'm trying to set it up.
All right. I am doing absolutely wonderful, splendiferously fair, freaking-tastic.
I'm glad to hear that.
You want me to keep going?
There was an awkward silence there.
Awkward. No, it ain't no awkward. Hey, if you want me to keep going, I'm pretty sure the people that know me personally know I could keep going for days and days and days. And it's gonna be.
We know, V. We know.
Yeah, it's gonna be in the comments. Somebody gonna say, "All right, stop talking," because you're gonna keep going and going and meandering. And yeah, screw you.
Right. Well, let's just get into it, man. Let's talk some history, man. What
do you want to know?
What inspired V Sinizter, man? Not even what inspired V Sinizter, but what got you interested in rap music? Let's go that far back. Like, what was the first? You know, try to keep your answers short. I know you can be long-winded once in a while.
Yeah.
But just let's get to the fucking point.
Answer that question. Ain't enough time in the show for it, so I'll try to keep it as short as possible.
I feel you, but
what inspired me to get into rap? I would say Mac the Jacker. Mac the Jacker, why don't you tell him what your name? That's what got me into it. My older brother, Mac the Jacker.
Right. Saginaw legend.
Saginaw legend, yeah.
Mac the Jacker.
Yeah, y'all know about Mac the Jacker.
Yeah, there you go. Clap for that shit. Yeah. What do you know about Mac the Jacker?
Yeah. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. What do I know about him?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of rappers, they try to put on a persona about they the hardest gangster rappers and everything. Mac the Jacker is real. He's real.
Is he still doing it?
Is he still doing it? He's still working on a few things. I think my oldest nephew has a career now. He getting into it now.
Right.
Yeah. But back then with Mac the Jacker, he is real. He will shoot you. He will black gloves.
He's that dude.
He is that dude. he is that dude.
They don't call him Mac the Jacker for nothing.
Yeah, before he was rapping, he was jacking. He's real. But back to what got me into it. I was hearing the raps, seeing the applause. He was up there getting the recognition. I talk about it in the Phoenix too. I think it's either Victory Road or the Phoenix. I'm talking about my brother. He was up there rapping. I heard the responses he was getting. And I was like, all right, I want to get this shot. I'll try to get up into the game, see what I could do. And the first thing I did, I think it was with you could tell me just adjust the mic.
Yeah, I'm just trying to help, man.
Yeah,
let's trying to help.
Let's set the mic up here.
Yeah,
I'll put it right here.
You want to
so
talk into the mic, so the mic is.
I will talk into the mic. Yeah,
all right, cool.
Not put my mouth on it because you got some stuff right there.
Hey, that's from my previous guests. I can't.
Your previous guest?
Yeah, that's the mic they use. This is my mic. I mean, we can change the windscreen out if you want.
Yeah.
Maybe when we cut to the break, we can do that for you.
Now, I ain't gonna be picky about it, but anyway, we don't want to sit the burn up time and everything. Let me try to keep it short. Let me try to keep it short and concise as possible. Mac the Jacker inspired me. This was back in the year 1991 and 92. And when I decided to step into the game, I was at my homeboy Howard Davis' house. He was up there cutting hair. And everybody was sitting up in the group, and they heard about my brother rapping. They was like, oh, I know you can rap too because your brother Mac the Jacker, you could probably do it too. And I was like, all right, let me give it a shot. Got a sheet of paper, wrote out a rhyme, and spit it there. It was like, oh, ooh, that was cold, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. So then you remember Crisscross? Jump.
Man, everybody remembers Crisscross, man. Come on.
Y'all remember Crisscross? You do? Hey, I don't think you was born when Crisscross was around, man.
we have the Peanut Gallery over here. Say what up, Peanut Gallery.
John Doe.
They're all about the John Doom tonight.
All right.
We'll talk about that a little later,
But anyway, with Crisscross, me and my boy Dan-tastic, I hope you watching tonight too, because I told you about it the other day. I was going on here. Dan-tastic, the Fantastic Mac. Me and him was trying to get a group together. We ain't know what to do. Had no idea how to get together, who to see, what have you, and everything. But we went by a group called Dynamic Deuce. I was Vinny B, he was Danny Boy, and I was writing his rhymes too.
Now that was the first group you were in.
Yep, Dynamic Deuce.
Dynamic Deuce.
Yeah, because it was two of us.
So you named your rap group after a shit.
Yeah.
I just want to point that out. My bad. I told you I wasn't gonna razz you too hard tonight, but
No, that's cool.
that was just a little jab. That was it.
No, that's cool. That's cool. Like I said, Dynamic shit. That group we had going on, I was up there writing his rhymes. The first rhyme I wrote was called and I'm drawing a blank now. Don't draw a blank. Hold on. It's Like That. That's what it was called. And Crisscross had a rhyme called The Way of the Rhyme. And how that came about was my homeboy Dan, Roderick, and Dan's little brother Dante was up there singing the chorus. I think it was something like, it's like that, y'all, it's like that, y'all. So I was up there mocking it because I ain't like Crisscross at all. I hated Crisscross because they got all the females and everything. And me being who I was jealous as hell. So I started mocking it. And then, what you shake your head for? Come on, you know when you seen the big time rappers back then, they getting all the females. You was like, you know what? I want to be like them. You know you would. Don't lie.
V, come on, man.
Don't lie.
Oh, man, I was like 2.
Oh yeah. Damn.
How am I supposed to be jealous when I'm fucking 3 years old?
Yeah, I forgot. We'll be right back. Did I talk that long?
No, that's just queued up for when we go to a break. That's not what you're seeing. What's actually live is what's on the right.
Oh, okay. That's what I need to focus on.
But they can't see any of that. All they see is you.
I bet you so many people laugh right now saying this dude an idiot. And to the people
What, you?
laughing.
Me or you?
Oh, me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I'm just drawing a blank right now. But anyway, let's quit meandering so we can get on with the questions. So let me stay focused here. All right. This is the starting point right here. I'm right here. This is the end point. Let's go ahead and get to right here. Anyway, was mocking Dan-tastic and was up there mocking him saying it's like that, y'all. But the way it was coming out sounded like it's like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all. It's like that or that. It's like that, y'all. That sent the spark right there. And I was like, you know what? We should do something with that. We did. And then I tried telling my brother. My brother was like, oh, you rapping now, huh? I'm like, yeah, me and Dan together. It was kind of like, yeah, whatever, and so on.
Right.
So then Dan ended up going to a different high school than I did. He went to Arthur Hill High School. I went to Saginaw High.
Was that the end of Dynamic Deuce?
For the time being, yeah. Like I said, the rap lineage is long. There's Dan-tastic, Fantastic Mac, Captain Kidd, Alien Wins, James Alias, Tay Quick to Blast Any, Mika B.
And look, just for perspective,
yeah,
like all these art rappers you're talking about, like I've never seen any releases from these guys. Is this just all?
Yeah, you seen Lethal Legacy.
Well, I mean, yeah, but we'll get to that. But I'm talking about like solo shit. Like,
Solo.
You're talking about like just all these different artists, but like, was it just like Saginaw like cipher shit, or was it like you guys were actually going to the studio recording this time period you're talking about?
No. Well, no, actually, 93 we started recording.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, let's go ahead and move from Dynamic Deuce and move to 93. 93 was when I hooked up with James. I know, James, you better be watching right now.
James Flowers,
yeah,
right?
James Flowers.
Producer.
Yeah, dope-ass producer. We'll get
sir.
to him later, but if you need some wicked shit, hardcore shit, gangster, whatever, James is that dude. I'm that dude too, but James is that dude. We'll get to him later. Or actually get to him now because we're going through the lineage. Ran into James.
Make up your mind, man. Shit.
Yeah, you want to know where it all started, right?
Right.
All right, fantastic.
Let's do it.
Let me hurry up because I know I'm on a limited time schedule. James Flowers, we ran into him. He had a beat tape. He let me take it home, listen to it. I was like, all right, this dude got a beat tape. So we went to his studio called it wasn't called anything. He just had the equipment upstairs. It was
just James' crib.
Yeah, it was James' crib up in the studio, but his family his family has a long lineage of music entries too. His family were dancers for Parliament, and I guess that's where they got all the money and everything to get the equipment. It was like
Wait, you said his parents were
Well, I think his uncles or aunts or something like that. They were dancers for Parliament though.
Parliament Funkadelic.
Parliament Funkadelic.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm telling you, everybody I mess with is big time. You big time, James big time, everybody is big time. But we'll get to that later.
That's
though.
why we're broadcasting live from an abandoned school in Detroit that we broke into. I'm big time.
Because big time.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
All right, anyway. James had the full board, the four-track tape machine, ADAT machine, whole 9 yards, and we recorded one song that sounded like crap because my musical stylings was based upon video games. I love video games.
Right.
And I came there and we put something together on the drum machine he had. It sounded like shit. And what he told us a week later was that he just let us go ahead and have fun because like we was up there having fun like kids in the candy store. It was another dude named David Jones. He went by DJ Edge and Killer Guns because he had a nose that had a weird shaped nose without you. So we called him Killer Guns. And he was the first person I dealt with out of the long list of people that were kind of snakes in the grass.
We all would know about that.
We're tiptoe around that. I'm gonna be nice and what have you, but he was the first snake in the grass. But this was along the lines that if me and James up there, we spotted a female we was up there trying to talk to, he would come in and try to swoop in, try to steal James' prospects, my prospects, or even talking to James' ex-girlfriend.
Are you sure he just didn't have more game than you?
No, he was a snake in the grass.
Okay. All right. Continue. I'm just for perspective. I'm just trying, keep it moving along.
All right. Yeah, like he cool. Nah, I seen him sometime last year, spoke to him and what have you when we was up there kicking around the Saginaw. But back then, yeah, he seemed cool, but he was a snake in the grass. But we had our group. The group was called, at first it was PG-13. Then we went from PG-13 to Trilogy because it was 3 of us. Then we added a 4th member. This dude was dope as hell. Before chopping became a thing, like when chopping initially started, it started with Twister, right? Twister was up there speed.
I think he's the first well-known guy.
Well, actually, it started with not Speed, not Mobsters. It was who was Psychodrama. Started in Chicago, Psychodrama. Then Twister picked up and first well-known guy. But before, when it was popular with Bone Thugs and Harmony. Now this dude, I got to give him a shout out. He's no longer rapping, but he used to go by Dub. Dude. I wish you had some music for him up there because this dude was chopping when everybody else was still spitting whatever was up in the mainstream, trying to emulate them, whatever. And when everybody around Saginaw was trying to sound like Dayton Family because everybody was trying to ape that style of Dayton Family, or Mac the Jacket, Damian Demon, or that nigga Bone, who was Bone Scandalous, rest in peace. This dude was up there, sound like Busy Bone. I was like, damn, dude was only 13 too. 12 or 13 years old, just I was like,
just killing
damn. Yeah, the James picked up that style. Don't let James, me and him talked about it today before coming up here. He said that creatively as an artist, he's finished, he's behind the boards, and he hanging up the mic. But when James was on fire, James was a chopper too. I told both of them, man, in the genre, the genre that we do with everybody want to do chopping and everything.
Yeah.
And I told them
everybody ain't Tech 9 though.
Yeah, everybody. No, I'm telling you, Dub and James, man, y'all should have heard them when they was in their prime. Dub sound like Busy. Dub sounded like Busy Bone, and James sounded like Twister. And then after a while, Dub changed his style from sound like Busy Bone to sound like Twister. I gotta let you hear some of his old stuff. This dude was a nasty monster. Maybe jealous.
Can you hear that shit anywhere? Like all the shit we're talking about. Can you like obtain it?
You probably there might be.
Is there like a dark web you can go to? Like
probably with Dub. Yeah, there's probably some with Dub on there. I have to look it up during break, commercial, whatever.
If anybody watching has this shit,
that
he's
look
talking
it up
about
right now. Dub. His name is.
No,
Jeff.
watch the show right now. But like, if you have any of that shit,
during break,
comment
during break. Look it up
in the comments.
Yeah, there was a group.
So I want to hear it.
Yeah, it used to be called the Franchise. They went by the Franchise. This was back in the early 2000s, and like I said, Jeff and James were monster choppers. Like they did it off the top of their head too. They didn't have it written down or nothing like that. They just went on the mic when it was time to spit. Jeff just and James just. I was like, damn, okay.
Right.
That made me want to get into it because I initially got into it with Dreams of Champagne back in 1997 when I wrote Dreams of Champagne with Twista and Speed Not Monsters was hot. This still goes on with how I became V Sinizter because this is when I became Sinister.
Right.
All right.
So then you guys put out Lethal Legacy. What year was that?
That was 2001, but you skipped right over becoming V Sinister though.
Oh,
But,
okay.
hey, if you want to
Go back. No, go back. No, I mean that's irrelevant. I mean.
All right.
So wait. What were you calling yourself before that?
Let's go. Okay, let's go down the line, Mr. John Doom. The first rap name I went by, Vinny B. That was with Dynamic Deuce. After that, hooked up with James, Jeff, and Dave. PG-13, Prodigy's Trilogy, Ghetto Circus.
That was your name?
Well, no, not Ghetto Circus. That was a group. Yeah, you got that look. I can explain that first.
What was your name, though?
Was my name? I'm finna get to it right now.
You were still Vinny B.
Yeah, no, I was, when I hooked up with them, I was Rubicant. No, I was Hot Streak. HOTSTREAK.
Hot Streak.
Hot Streak. That came from a comic book.
Is this another shit reference? Like,
no, this came from Milestone Media. How many of y'all
set
remember
me up
the
for
90s?
that one. I'm sorry.
Milestone Media. Well, you know Static Shock. You heard of Static Shock, the cartoon?
Talk to the fans,
Yeah.
man.
Static Shock, the cartoon, it's on DC right now, but it used to be on Milestone Media, a subsidiary of DC Comics way back in the early 90s. They had Static Shock, Blood Syndicate, Icon, Hardware, Zombie. I think that was the comics. Now, there was a villain that Static Shock had called Hot Streak, and I looked at the name like, damn, Hot Streak. All right, I like the name, so I started calling myself Hot Streak. Didn't rap at that time at all. Was hanging with my cousins, Sean and Greg up in Bay City a lot, and we was up there trying to start a group there too, but Sean was doing bass music, what have you. He was going by E-Shine. And of course, I was going, you know where it's finna go. I was going by Violent J.
What?
What
are you talking about right now?
We're getting to Sinister, the lineage. This is leading up to
wait a minute. You're saying you were in a rap group where one of you guys acted like you were Esham.
No, we didn't act. No, we just called ourselves that. Nobody acted like we. See, he was doing bass music for Miami, and I was just trying to learn how to get in the game because he ran his own studio. But going past that, because that's a whole other time frame.
So somewhere in the world, there's a track where you.
There's no track at all with me calling myself. There's no track
clarify
out there.
that.
You won't find it. There's no rare track. No.
There's no track where he's like, I'm Violent J. And
No. The reason
I'm actually black.
The reason why I call myself Violent J is because of my middle name, John, which we'll get into John Doom. My middle name is John. Anyway, it went from Vinny B, Hot Streak, Rubicant to
Violent J.
No, that was before Hot Streak. That was before Hot Streak.
Okay, so you skipped over that. You get to start over. Vinny B.
Man, we gonna be here all night, man. Let's get on to Sinister. Let's get to the relevant information. Look,
this is relevant. This is relevant.
Real quick, my cousin Sean, his name is Dwayne LaShawn Batts, and he went by E-Sean because he was the one that introduced. We should talk about that. How did I get into the wicked shit? E-Sean. I was gonna finish, but then you stopped me.
I'm sorry. I digress. I'm sorry.
All right.
Continue.
All right, continuing on. It first started Vinny B. Violent J was in between Vinny B and Hot Streak. That's irrelevant to where we're going with Sinister,
Right,
but it was Vinny B, Hot Streak, Rubicant, Rubicant D Psychotic Clown.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that was your Juggalo rap name?
This was before Juggalos even came into existence. This was when ICP
was like 4 rap names after Violent J.
Man, no.
How is that even possible?
I will explain. But see, back then when ICP came out, they didn't say Juggalo at all. There wasn't Juggalos as people know them right now. It wasn't. Juggalos didn't exist. I think this was when House of Crazies first came around. This was back in 92 and 93 when at the time they dropped Beverly Kills and they was working on Ringmaster. And the reason why I called myself on Rubicant D Psychotic Clown was because ICP was popping at the time. E-Sham was the biggest one, but ICP was popping at the time. I was kind of digging the sound of the clowns and everything. So I was trying to against the better wishes of James, because James, he kind of dug it but didn't really like the wicked shit like I did, but I convinced him to run with Ghetto Circus.
For perspective, how old were you at this time?
Probably 15, 16 years old at the time.
So you were still a kid.
Yeah, still a kid.
Okay.
All right.
Continue.
All right, but during the Ghetto Circus phase, it was Rubicant D Psychotic Clown. I just shorted it to RDP. Rubicant D Demented Psychotic Clown, spelled with 3 Ks. Long ass name, RDP. Then we went from Ghetto Circus because we got the comparisons of ICP. James didn't like it, so we changed the name from Ghetto Circus to Disciples. And little did I know at the time, until my cousin indoctrinated me. And some people out there get what I mean when I say indoctrinated. When my cousin indoctrinated me, we didn't know that Disciples was Disciples, or GD, or 7-2 to the world blue. That's a whole different thing right there. But we was Disciples at the time, and I stopped calling myself RDP and went by. Like I said, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know
Are
any
y'all
of
familiar
this.
with what I'm saying? 7-2.
No, nobody on the couch knows what the fuck
you're
you're talking about
Yeah,
right now.
you,
Nor does anybody watching, okay?
no.
Okay, so
Y'all don't know about GDs.
I know about VD, but not GD.
Huh? No. No, hey.
All right, well, continue. Come on.
I'm telling you, be careful. Be careful about making. You got.
I'm not making fun of you. I want to know how you got the V Sinister.
That's what I'm getting to.
All right.
All right. From Disciples, it was what? Damn, I was James. What was I calling myself? And Disciples, it was. And I think it was still RDP. Then it became John Talbane. I went by my first name. Yep. Darkstalkers. Yep. John Talbane. I'm not gonna get into how I got John Talbane, but yeah. John Talbane, and then John Doom came around because that's when I started veering more into the wicked shit and was doing the wicked shit. Doom being like.
So John Doom was your first wicked shit rap name?
No, it was. Have you been paying attention?
Oh wait, you were violent today. That's right. Never mind. All right, no. I got it. I'm with you.
It wasn't.
I'm with you. Just continue.
Rap wise,
just continue.
the first wicked shit name was Rubicant D Psychotic Clown on RDP.
Right.
But John Doom continued the lineage, and I started getting into my own thing and veering away from the whole ICP gimmick. It's just started getting the like dark things, poetry, and everything, and that's where Doom came to play. Because Final Fantasy, there was a character on there called Doom Gaze, and Doom Gaze was back then.
Which Final Fantasy was that?
Final Fantasy 6.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was just 3 actually.
No,
Super Nintendo 3.
Yeah, Super Nintendo.
Okay.
No, it was.
I'm just trying to make sure everybody knows what the fuck we're talking about.
Final Fantasy 3. Back then, Nintendo here had a policy about more adult things in the.
You don't gotta get into that. You don't gotta get into that. That's.
All right, it explains John Doom because Doom.
Okay. Right.
Doom
If it's relevant, go ahead.
No, Doom gaze on the game is actually death gaze, but they didn't want to say death, talk about crosses or anything religious, so they just kiddied up the game called Death Doom. But it was for that reference, John Death or Mr. Death. But John Doom.
It all makes sense now.
Yeah, John Doom was the representation of death, John Death. Then we went from John Doom, and that's when I went to the military in 1995. I'm still calling myself John Doom. Okay. I was John Doom for a period up until here we come with how I became V Sinizter.
Okay.
Because at the time I was married and I was going through so much bullshit. I'm pretty sure you heard me talk about it. You
talk about it in all your raps, yeah.
Yeah, and well, at least predominantly Morning Star, anything in Lethal Legacy. I was married, and the marriage was for better. I can't say for better, for worse. Let's just say for worse, bad. And it was frustrating, stressing me out. So what happened, I was in formation one day. I was just pissed off because something my ex-wife did the night before, said whatever, that week, whatever. I was just pissed off, showed up at work. One of the specialists at the time came up to me and said, "Damn, Billingsley, what you looking so mad? You look all sinister and whatever." You know, I was like, sinister? Woo. Light bulb just went above the head like, sinister. I'm looking sinister, huh? And I was still rapping at the time. And I was like, all right. I'll go by J.D. Sinister, Mr. Sinister. And then when I started going by that, they was up to me, "Oh, you can't go by Mr. Sinister because there's a dude up in New York who calls himself Sinister." I'm like, I don't care. He Mr. Sinister. I'm John D. Sinister, John Doom Sinister. Then I started calling myself John Doom Sinister, the Wicked Maestro. Because I was up there at that time, away from James. James did all the beats predominantly. So I was in Kansas, didn't have a producer. I had to try to work on doing my own beats and everything. So became the Wicked Maestro. But from 1998 on out, I was Sinister all the way up to now. And that's not even getting into the different personas of the Schizophrenic Nightmare, of the Mr. Anime and Wax, Hip Hop Vincent Price.
That brings up a good point.
Yep.
Because once you became V Sinizter,
In 2001.
2001.
Yep.
Okay, so you were JD Sinister until.
No, I was JD Sinister until the end of 1999. Then 99, when I came back here and hooked up with James and Ghetto Records at the time, which was popping, I became Vinny Sinister.
Do you guys get all that?
They probably don't. They probably like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Okay, so the point being, he had a lot of names, went through some transitional periods. He had a couple groups that he was fucking around with. Went to the
No,
military.
it was the same group. We just changed the name. No, actually, there was a couple groups. The wicked shit was strong in Kansas. I remember there was a group. They didn't know nothing about Esham or ICP until ICP blew up, though. But down there, they had a group we used to fuck with. You heard of Lil Tech, right? No, Lil Tech from Gangsta Pat.
Yeah.
I fucked with him down in Kansas, too, because he lived over where I was at and everything. Went over to his house, all the Bloods and everything, and that was a very uncomfortable thing, not because of being around familiar people, but, yeah. The whole 7-2 thing. Anyway, was around Lil Tech and them, and we was up there chopping it up and everything. Lil Tech was spitting the wicked shit out of the show. They had a group down there called Children of the Corn and some other wicked shit groups. But they was on Brother Lynch Hung stuff and 3-6 Mafia stuff. They didn't know. Only few people knew about Esham down there, but man, when ICP exploded on MTV, I remember seeing it from the birth to when they exploded on MTV and took all over, and then you start seeing the painted faces up. I was like, damn, okay, ICP doing it big. Was
Right.
up there buying all the albums and everything. And I remember one point in time, too, and I don't even think I told you about this. I was at a hospital, I think, when my wife at the time was pregnant and she was in the hospital, she was about to have a child. And I called the hotline of Psychopathic because I was I was just trying to do the same thing. You was just trying to get the instant thing going on. Don't worry, they can't see you, so I ain't putting you on blast. They just know I'm pointing to somebody out there. Anyway, I called ICP hotline, and they had a voice recorder on there, so I spit Murder the World over the phone. Trying to figure
on that Psychopathic hotline?
On the Psychopathic hotline, I spit.
Right.
Yeah, because I did the songs you probably hear on the original Morningstar, Sins of an Angel, and Soul of the Beast, Murder the World and Dreams of Champagne, I wrote in 1996, 7 to 8, and Murder the World used to be called Warpath. Dreams of Champagne was still Dreams of Champagne. Got a shout out from it from DJ K Sly, who used to work with Ludacris and was on Dance 360.
All right.
Yeah, I wish I would have brought that song with me, but no, I didn't think about it. It's still on tape, though.
Ole.
Fuck you.
So so you became V Sinister.
All right. Did an hour pass already?
Where half an hour passed.
Half hour. I told you I could talk.
You just went through all your names. It took a half an hour.
All right, let's move on.
So,
let's move on.
So you became V Sinister. The first release being Morningstar, Sins of an Angel, right?
Nope. My first release was actually Hood Fellas All About the North back in 1998.
Where the fuck is that? Why haven't I heard that?
Why? Because you didn't ask for it. I got it.
Well,
I
send
think
it to me after the show.
If I could find it, it's a rare thing. That's the first print of Murder the World.
Wow.
Yep, Murder the World's on there. Dreams of Champagne with a verse from James Alias on there. Yeah, it was.
Now, this was an actual release that that might be floating around that's really rare.
Yeah, it's real super rare. If you get a hold of that, yeah, it's rarer than the original Hunting Season. Actually, the Hunting Season's going on eBay for almost $200, and probably because it's rare. But no, the original Sins of an Angel Morningstar is rarer than that. It was only like 300 copies. I think.
I had a joke, but I'm gonna let it go. All right, continue.
I know where you're going with that. I know you're gonna ask about the MTV Music Generator. It's true. It's damn true.
We haven't got there yet. We haven't got there yet. Let's back up.
Y'all, screw y'all. Screw you, and you too. And y'all two back there too. And y'all watch it too. Screw y'all.
What? Right. Okay. Right. So V Sinister releases that, and then Sins of an Angel.
All right. The album release. It was
So wait. Before it was Sins of an Angel, you hooked up with Fallen Entertainment, right?
Nope. Seriously? No, Lethal. Well, you forgot Ghetto Records. How you gonna cut them out, man?
I'm trying to keep all the fucking dates.
Right.
I lose track.
All right, let me do this right here. 1998, Hood Fellas, super rare. Good luck finding that. Then 2001, Ghetto Records, Lethal Legacy. After that,
say this. Jay Reno says, "Calm down, Venus."
I'ma fuck you up. Don't use my government.
Don't use my government.
Don't use my government. I'ma fuck you up.
All right. Continue.
All right. After 2001, Then came the solo career, 2002, Sins of an Angel. The original hunting season we can talk about.
We haven't got there yet. We still got shit to talk about. Look, man.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Sins of an Angel, the
Angel.
release party.
The release party. Oh my God! I remember that. That was when
Let's back it up a second here.
All right.
So before the Sins of an Angel release party, I think the first time I met you was the Jamestown Hall Massacre, which was Bedlam show, right?
Yeah. 2000.
2000. Yeah, that was my first show ever, and the first time I met you.
Yeah. Was that when me and James did the 2 songs and that was it? And Priest was there?
I don't remember. Priest, I don't know if Priest was there or not. But it was, that's back in the day.
Yeah. That, like, what, 18 years
I barely
ago?
remember that. I just remember that I did one song before everybody else went up, and I was probably horrible. I was horrible. There was no problem.
Wasn't we all?
Well, yeah, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah, wasn't we all?
Yeah, but I was even worse than that. But anyways,
I was too.
The point being is that's how far me and you go back. So
yep.
I think we barely crossed paths then. But then Morningstar Sins of an Angel comes out in 2001.
Nope, 2002.
2002.
Yep.
So 2002. I get reintroduced to you at
this is how,
Captain's Cove, right?
Despite him giving me shit, I love this dude right here. This is my brother right here. Not just because we're musically brothers and everything. Before I get into how I met this dude, let me say this. When I was on my coming from my deathbed in 2011, this dude at the time, he had a beater that was smoking and tire would fall off if he drove too fast, whatever. But he heard about me being in a hospital on damn near dead and what have you, coming back from the gates of death. And he drove all the way in the morning. When I came to and
from Detroit to Saginaw.
a 2-hour drive, depending on how fast you're going. And he went pretty fast. When he heard about that, he was the first person I seen. I wasn't even expecting nobody up in there. I was highly sedated. I'm not gonna get into what happened, but let's put it this way. Made a piss poor decision, but he was the first person I seen. And the story behind that, my mom was telling me about it. She said that they came to visit, and my brother was up there asking, he wanted to see me, and when the nurse was up there asking, who are you? And he said, I'm his older brother, and the nurse told him, no, his brother's already up in there.
Wait. We're talking about Mac the Jacker, just to bring it back around. But your brother's real name is Steve, right? So when he So when he went up, because I got there and I said, hey, I'm his brother Steve. So I went back there, and then they caught up to me. Yeah. And they got there and they said, I'm his brother Steve. I was like, that's impossible. His brother Steve's already back there.
Yeah, he didn't even give me a chance. He told the story. That was it. They was up there saying that Steve was already back there, and my brother had to think about it for a second. Then he was like, oh, okay, because he knew Defekt and everything. Yeah. This dude right here,
that's how I got in. I was like, if I just say I'm Steve, they're not gonna let me back there.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to tell him I'm his brother.
Yeah.
Because I even know, clearly
this dude
we're
could come to Saginaw,
brothers.
And if my mom watches, she know I'm not lying. If he came to Saginaw and he needed a place to stay or whatever, gate doors open right there. You could probably stay over there, eat food. They'll hook you up and everything, because that's family right there. I'm not talking about musical family or just because we've been on the road together. I'm talking about this is family right here. If somebody fucked with him,
true.
Yeah, I'm coming for your ass. I'm coming for your ass. You fuck with him, I'm fucking you up. That's family right there.
If it wasn't so close quarters, I'd give you a hug right now.
Yeah, I had to hit you though.
Okay.
Like I said, me and this dude, we argue, we fuss, we fight, and you know that's family right there, because family's gonna argue, fuss, fight, and everything. But this family right here.
Jay Reno says he remembers that car.
The car. Oh yeah, I remember that car too. We almost got stranded in what was it, Illinois, or not, in the Children of the Cornfield.
We almost got stranded multiple times. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
that's a whole other topic of discussion.
Oh, you talking about running out of gas and you come to video for Now You Know 5?
Yeah, well, you can look that up on YouTube. If you go to my YouTube page at That One Killer, there's some pretty funny videos of V Sinizter up there. There's one where they ran out of gas, him and Ghetto Devil.
Washing the pizza off.
Then they washed the pizza off, yeah.
Hey, paid for that bitch, though. I was finna eat that.
Hey, right. I should have had that shit queued up. So
y'all, if you broke, you got to do what you got to do.
He's over here trying to defend himself like, man, I paid for that pizza.
Yeah, I did.
Motherfucker.
Sure did.
So, okay, so let's get back on track. So Sins of an Angel release party.
Yep.
I came and I opened up, right?
Yeah.
And
Here is the story
that was
about
2002.
Because I just say the manager
If any
at
of
the
our if any of our people are available, I could use another beer. Stubbs, why don't you give me another beer?
the manager of the label at the time was telling me when we was up there getting the party together, Sins of an Angel release party. And
Everybody's like, I want one too. Give me one. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so no problem. So Defekt, I guess he reached out and said, he want to do the party, wouldn't mind opening up. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I remember Defekt cool and everything. I was like, no, he ain't gonna open up the show. We gonna stick him in the middle of the show because he paid his dues. Or whatever.
That's true, and I really hadn't paid my dues. To be honest
He
with you.
paid his dues.
I was
and
only 2 years in the game.
And
That's not really paying dues.
that was my call right there. That was me. That was my call to stick.
What made you think I had paid my dues in 2 years?
Man,
Wasn't there a couple like a track you liked or something?
Did you do shows?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked all the tracks that you did because it reminded me of Silent Hill. When I heard Birthday Fix, I was like,
That's what it was.
It's a weird album, but it reminded me of Silent Hill. And I was like, all right, we done did shows together and everything. And I felt like he paid his dues. And the other situation that was wrapped around why he was always tasked to open up the show, I didn't agree with it. And I was like, he paid his dues. So that was my call, to decide to put him in the middle of the show instead of opening up the show. So then the word got out, and he was opening up the middle of the show, but at the time, I was fucked up. That's a long story.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that. You were pretty fucked up, though.
Man, that was a good scenario right there. That's what made me stop drinking at shows because I was bummed and depressed because basically, this is another thing to you, too, I'm trying to tell you. I felt because of doing shows with the groups that we were doing at the time and how many shows we did and we producing albums and what have you, felt like that should have had a little a little up in the hierarchy. Here you go.
Thank you, sir.
Been higher on the totem pole and what have you, and then the turnout for the show wasn't exactly what I was anticipating, so it kind of bummed me, y'all. So my favorite drink, Zimas, I drunk 6 or 7 of those, and then I was like, la 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 la, woo woo.
You were fucked up after 6 or 7 Vimas. You're a big guy for perspective here.
No, back then I was a small guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was probably at that time.
You were still a tall guy.
Yeah,
You've always been a tall guy. You may not have been like ripped like you are now, but like,
in 2002, I was like 160, maybe 155, 160 pounds. Now I'm 220. I'm pretty much like one of them WWE wrestlers, but that took some years to get there, though. It took years to get there. I'm 220, 225 pounds now. 6 foot even. I lost an inch. It bums me out that I lost an inch. I used to be 6'1". I hate losing an inch, so fuck you. Anyway, next.
All right, where were we? Sins of an Angel release party. You put me up, and you hooked it up, and then after that is when you hooked up with Fallen Entertainment, right?
No, it was during that time.
It was in that time period.
All right, how I hooked up with Fallen Entertainment was I was getting kind of a tryout, if you will, at one of the Bedlam shows, and there's videotape footage. My cousin has it. My first performance under the solo V Sinizter guys, which kind of surprised me because what happened was. Now, I'm not going to get into that because that was a long time ago, and we kind of moved forward from that situation. But anyway, I performed before Hassan the Sinister because Hassan the Sinister was supposed to be like the franchise player. He was supposed to be the franchise player of Fallen Entertainment. He was supposed to be the lightning rod for the label, and I was just an artist coming aboard. I was just V Sinizter, just striking out on my own from Ghetto Records and Lethal Legacy. I did 4 songs at the show. Morning Star was last, and that was why I started doing Morning Star since then, because of response to Morning Star. Everybody was up there banging their head. It wasn't like what it is now where people jump in, mosh and everything, but people was up there banging their head. And you remember the guy with the long hair that used to wear the mask, that group that used to go around to the shows wearing the black hockey mask that had a long hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, they was up there banging their head and what have you. I got props for that, doing Morning Star Murder the World. I was like, okay, all right, I'm going to keep Morning Star last. And I was like, all right, I'll go from there. Morning Star, I always make the last track, and it just kind of evolved over time. Next.
Awkward silence. Okay, but
not a yay. Nobody gonna say yay or nothing. There you go.
Let's get a round of applause in this motherfucker.
Can y'all clap out there? Give me a round of applause.
Yeah,
Say something.
There we go. All right.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
yeah, you got your thing. I don't even got mine on.
So then you got signed to Fallen.
Fallen in. Oh yeah, that party was the auditioning, if you will, for Fallen Entertainment. And preach like
Chambers says Fallen Entertainment gives me post-traumatic stress disorder.
it gives me post-traumatic stress disorder too. And I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna play nice. I'm just gonna say that.
So when you so you hooked up with Fallen.
Yep.
And eventually that kind of we don't need to get deep into that, but they had a basic.
Sure don't.
they had a huge roster.
Yeah, they did.
And they couldn't really, let's just call it what it was. They couldn't really facilitate that entire roster. They had all these dope fucking artists. Jay Reno.
Yeah,
V Sinizter.
Hold on.
Let's
Let's do this right. Reno, McNasty, Chamber,
Yep.
Crypto Sith,
Yep.
Hassan,
Yep.
Ghetto Devil,
Yep.
Midnight,
Yep.
and I'm somewhere down at the bottom, V Sinister.
All talented motherfuckers, but they weren't getting.
Oh, Menacide was on there too.
Menacide was on. I didn't know that.
Yeah, for a short time, Menacide was on Fallen.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Trust me when I tell you, when I'm not going to say his name directly, but I talked to somebody real big in the genre of music, real big, and we had a talk about.
Jay Reno says, "Fuck that, air it out."
Air it out.
That's what Jay Reno said.
Let's just say, real big. I talked to him about how robust the roster of Fallen Entertainment was, and I just say that he gave me some pointed advice that proved true. I was loyal with Fallen to the end. I was. And the advice I got, I just say that this person told me what I should have did was got me a manager and struck out on my own. And the reason for it was because it wasn't that everybody else on the Fallen roster wasn't talented, because he said they was. But the problem was that it was too many people. And what should have happened was they should have had one artist to focus on to be the lightning rod. And let me give a prime example here, so none of the artists on there, because they going to probably think, oh, you just making it about yourself again, fuck you. No, it ain't nothing like that. Hear me out. Now, when you think psychopathic, what's the first thing that come to mind?
Saying Clown Posse.
All right,
everybody, you couldn't see him, but everyone's like,
you.
yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, when you think of M&E.
Twisted.
All right, when you think of LSP.
Scum.
When you think of SKR.
Satanic.
There you go. Murder House Records.
Troubled Minds.
So there's always that one act that is you build the label off of, right? Now, what this big person said, and trust me when I tell you, his advice is worth platinum dipped in gold, encased in diamonds, because he made millions of dollars for this label, millions of dollars. So his advice was on point. He said what Fallen should have done was got the lightning rod artist and should have built the company around that artist and then try to sprinkle it over other artists and build them up.
Yeah, instead they scooped up all these dope artists and they're like, we don't have the resources to fucking do this right.
Or try to put it, they were trying to put everybody out at one time.
Exactly. So everybody was sitting around waiting like, when's it my turn? I got this album done.
Yeah.
When is it coming out? And it never came out.
Yep.
I think that's true.
Pretty much. And he already, and the thing was, he predicted that Fallen was it wasn't going to be around long.
Was going to fall. It was destined to fall from the beginning. That
was when Fallen was still going strong too. But he said that he already know Fallen ain't going to be around long because he's seen it so many times before. And what happened a couple months later?
Turned into Deviant Productions.
Well, it was still Fallen, but it was kind of falling against Deviant Productions.
Falling apart. Yeah.
Falling apart, yes.
Well, the whole thing with Priest happened.
Wow, that's a nice segue too. But I'm not.
Well,
I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there.
Hold on. We don't need to dive into that. But like, Fallen Entertainment, that was kind of the turning point where it started veering off into Deviant Productions, right?
Yeah. Now well, I don't want to put too many people on blast, but if he watching, he know who he is. We talked about it before over the phone, because for a second, me and him had beef and what have you. And what happened was, this was some beef that wasn't just gonna be online shit, because you know how you get people online talking about, oh, fuck you, blah, 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 and they talk all that shit behind the screen. This was getting into, you know what, I'm gonna show up to your show. This is what I said online. I'm gonna show up to your show. I'm gonna bring my people. We can sit up there and hash it out then. I was gonna take it offline. I was gonna bring my people up there. What's up the fuck you want to do? So then
I personally wouldn't want to fuck with this dude.
But no.
I'm glad he's on the team.
We're cool. We real cool right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying for perspective.
Yeah, Well, we ended up exchanging numbers. We talked about it and everything. We hashed it all out. And what it turned out was that it was really beef that Priest was up there, keep going to what have you. We really didn't have a problem with one another. And basically the points that I brought up was that, all right, I still respected all the artists on Fallen that was still going. And I was like, why is this motherfucker sitting up here bringing in new people and working on new compilations when he got all these artists right here? Why ain't he working on them? And he said exactly, because I was like, you got Menacide, you got McNasty, Midnight,
all talented motherfuckers too.
So why is you work? What was the name of that Fallen compilation? He was
Wicked Forever.
No, it wasn't Wicked Forever. It was something. It was some mainstream shit he want to work on. I can't think of it. I said something about it. Damn. It was some compilation he wanted to put out with a bunch of mainstream sounding acts and what have you while working on something with Fallen, but he wasn't focusing on the artist. And me and the dude talked about it, and I was like, that's bullshit and everything. He should be focusing on other
Chamber says it was War Cry.
Yeah, that was it. War Cry. He wanted to focus on War Cry, and I'm like, why the fuck you focusing on people that don't have nothing to do with the roster? You got all these people here waiting to come out, and this is where I'm gonna start getting mad. I'm gonna get amped up. I might air some people out. I'm gonna try to keep it calm though. This is what pissed me off right here. I see you moving. Fuck that. This is what really pissed me off right here. Was, all right, if you're going to sit, I ain't had nothing to do with whatever was going on with management at the time, but I got kicked off, though, because I guess because he thought I was living in Saginaw with management, I was going to roll with him. So I got my walking papers and didn't even know about it. Fuck it, whatever. I'll keep rolling on, whatever. Life goes on. But he still had this roster full of people that were talented as fuck. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. McNasty, Menacide, Midnight, Chamber, you had all these talented people, and you sit there focusing on some bullshit War Cry.
Okay, let's calm down.
I'm sorry.
Calm down, man. You're starting to, people are sitting there behind their computer screen like, oh shit, hope he doesn't bring me up. What the fuck did I do, man? Like, damn.
I'm sorry. I'm woo. I told you I thought about this. I thought about it.
Annie says shit is getting real.
Oh, who?
Annie.
Oh yeah. Man, I'm telling you, there is not enough time in the night to go over everything that I got a beef and gripe with. That was a small gripe,
That's
but
true.
Hey, I'll let it go. We moved on. Everybody I mentioned is doing great. McNasty.
Menacide back in the game.
Menacide, dude, fucking awesome. He made
super talented, man.
Super awesome. Yeah. Chris, I forgot. I ain't
Jay
gonna
Reno's still killing shit. He just had a big single.
You would not let me get to.
I'm sorry, man. I'm excited too.
Reno, get that Into the Fire. That's coming out soon. I wish I remember the date. I don't remember Reno. You keeping up with it, put it up on there. Into the Fire. Menacide back. McNasty back. Big Slack. Levy. Everybody coming back.
Chamber back.
Chamber.
He just dropped a new album.
Horrorcore Barry White. Shane motherfucking Burr. I'm damn serious.
Great dude, by the way.
This is how
I love that dude.
I gave him that moniker.
Chamber, I know you're watching right now. We need to get you on Wicked 101.
Yeah, Chamber, get up on. No, man, you know what?
Hit me up. We'll make it happen sometime.
Get Menacide on
come
here.
out here, we'll do it.
Get Menacide,
McNasty,
Jay
Reno.
Get them all. Yeah,
Jay
Reno.
Reno
What's up, Reno? Natural born killers.
Reno can't get across the border though.
He can't?
Nah, I think he's got something fucked up right now.
You got a felony, dude. You got a felony.
He got some kind of drama.
I almost had one too, but that's the whole.
Okay,
that's
so let's keep moving forward.
All right, let's keep moving forward.
So Fallen Entertainment kind of morphed into Deviant Productions after.
No, Fallen is split. Deviant became his own faction, and there was Fallen Entertainment.
I thought Fallen just died after that.
Well, it did, but let's not go into that. I'm not gonna put people's personal business life on blast, but it's over.
Okay. So Deviant Productions is what me and you move forward.
Yep.
The thing was, I wasn't on either one of those labels. We had started our own label, Widowmaker Productions. But here's where it merged together. The guy that was running Deviant Productions, JB, me and him decided to put our equipment together. We said, okay, well, you got your equipment, I got my equipment. We're going to put our equipment together. We're going to make a dope studio. But what really happened was I bought a bunch of carpet. I bought a bunch of stuff like file cabinet and this, that, and the other fucking thing. And I brought all my equipment to Saginaw, and I lived an hour away. And I put all my shit in the studio. This is all relevant.
Oh yeah,
I put all my shit in
you
this
are.
studio, and it was basically this garage that was turned into a studio in
Hey,
Saginaw.
nice studio. I recorded Morning Star, Soul of the Beast, and Hunting Season Annihilation there.
And I recorded half of Broken Mirrors there.
We skipped right over psychopathic history too.
We haven't got to that. This was before Psychopathic.
No, this was after psychopathic. Remember, the fall of Fallen Entertainment happened after Hunting Season, the original Hunting Season.
Okay, well we'll back up.
We'll get back to that. Continue,
We'll back up. So
Continue.
so basically we had we had this garage that was turned into a studio in JB's apartment or JB's house. I'm sorry, in his garage.
Yep.
And here's what happened. It got to a point where, like, everywhere I went in Saginaw, I eventually moved to Saginaw.
Yeah.
And I had a little shithole apartment in Saginaw.
Except Hell Beast.
What?
Hell Beast. You remember Hell Beast, right?
Man. So look. Okay, so I moved to Saginaw, and everywhere I went in Saginaw, man, I was hearing, yeah, man, I'm recording at your studio. I'm recording at your studio. I'm recording at your studio. The problem was I couldn't get in that motherfucker. It was my studio. Like, it was my equipment. And this motherfucker, I couldn't even get in my own studio. So the thing was, man, I was cool with all these cats. V Sinizter, Chamber, Jay Reno, all these motherfuckers. I don't think Chamber really recorded there, but
No, I think he did a couple songs.
My point is, I went in there one day and I said, you know what? Fuck this. Why I got all my equipment in there, but I have to work around this motherfucker's schedule. I'm gonna take my shit out of there. So I went over there one day and I said, look, man, this ain't working. I need my shit. And that was kind of the end of Deviant Productions.
Well, no, actually, Deviant Productions
kind of.
still went
More
on,
or less.
but yeah,
It was a lot harder to go forward. But at that point, I was like, all these artists, if you need a place
And
to
I'm
record,
glad Soul of the Beast and Annihilation got done before he took his equipment, because I tried recording some more stuff, but yeah, he was right. And at that point in time, I was recording myself, but like I said, I don't get into nobody's personal life. But like I said, whatever demons was going on at that time.
So while you were fucking around with Fallen and Deviant, here comes the psychopathic MC contest, and you won.
Yeah, I
And
won.
you went on to record Hunting Season with Psychopathic.
All right, yeah,
Let's talk about that a little
Let's
bit.
talk about that. Let's get that. First and foremost, let me say this, because I know those comments gonna come up. Hunting Season, it was not that great.
Speaking of comments, I don't mean to interrupt, but if you got questions for V Sinizter, now's the time. Get them into the comments. We're gonna cut to a break here in a little bit, and we're gonna go through the comments. We're gonna pick the best questions, and we're gonna ask them.
All right.
So if you got a question for V Sinizter, get that shit in.
And I would try to keep it under a minute.
He will try to keep all
I
answers
would try
under a minute.
Under a minute.
But look, get those questions in now. Continue. Psychopathic. You get you win the one album deal with Psychopathic.
Yep. All
Went down there.
Here's what happened. Let me explain what happened with that. Since I got an ear, and y'all can tell y'all friends this. I'm gonna try to be calm on this, because this doesn't make me as mad as probably what happened with Deviant, and you know what happened.
Yep.
You know. Anyway, here's what happened with the Hunting Season thing. All right, let's talk about the MTV Music Generator. Let's talk about that. I recorded. No. See, I'll break it down, because believe it or not, I did Soul of the Beast with the MTV Music Generator. I did a majority, probably 90%. No, hold on, 90% of my releases with it. And Flies, my Heaven, Flies, Blitzkrieg, all that I did with the generator. But let me explain what happened. Now, yes, I used the PS1 to do the original Sins of an Angel, the original Hunting Season, and the original Haunt of Fear. Just those 3 releases. And this is where all the remix bullshit comes up, because I get tired of 2 of my contemporaries I'm working with always bringing up, oh, you always remixing those, and man, fuck you. Let me explain how this went down. Now, James, dope ass producer, dope ass engine.
Bunny says MTV Music Generated for the win.
No, I'm explaining how this went down. Now, when I originally recorded not Solar, be Sins of an Angel, I did it. I didn't have my own equipment or nothing like that. I struck out on my own. I was apart from Ghetto Records, but I still want to put a solo out. So what I did was I started fucking with the MTV Music Generator and put beats together and made a whole instrumental album of it and decided, you know what? I'm going to rent studio time from Ghetto Records and record Sins of an Angel. And like I said, I mean, you can say what you want, but people say that Sins of an Angel kills hunting season. Now, here's the thing with that. That's because James knows my style. Me and him been working together since 1993, so he knows me in and out. He knows what levels of turn faders, what VSTs to use to make it sound good.
I know where this is going, and I don't like it.
No, hold on. Now let's I know what you think I'm finna do. I'm not. Let me explain myself. Now with the original hunting season, I'm thinking, all right, if James could do this because he had it set up in his where I recorded at, it was set up in the Behringer building and he had all the equipment there. And I'm thinking, all right, if James could do this with essentially what he spent maybe $15,000 to $20,000 on the equipment, like I said, he had a big board, 40-track board, whole 9 yards. He had all that. And he helped Sins of an Angel sound good. I'm thinking, all right, this is psychopathic. We did it at the Lotus Pod. They got $100,000 or whatever equipment. They should be able to do that and then some with it. I mean, if James could do it with Sins of an Angel, I figured they could do the same thing. I did the same thing what I did with Sins of an Angel. Recorded on a disc, and this is going to piss me off what I'm about to tell you next. But it don't have nothing to do with what you think. I know what you're thinking. No, I'm not going to go in on you if you watching. I'm not. It's not who you think. I'm explaining. I went in with all my music on disc and brought it to the engineer. And he was like, okay, so we recorded hunting season.
Let's be clear, it was Fritz the Cat.
Yeah, it's Fritz the Cat. Like I said, no, I'm not dissing Fritz at all. Not at all. Like, this don't have nothing to do with Fritz, what I'm about to say. But he was the engineer on hunting season. I brought the disc in. He was like, okay, well, he was saying that it was something, I guess the way I recorded, because like I said, it wasn't a digital signal, it was a direct to CD signal analog. And it was an analog sound on there, so it may probably put some artifacts on there that was messing with the computer. If you record directly digital signal in the CD and all.
Get to the point, V.
The point is, he told me that if I could just bring the files in on a wave on disc, it shouldn't be no problem. And James, incredible producer, incredible James, I told James what Fritz told me. He said that, that shouldn't be no problem. They should already be waves already. But he just said, yeah, just go ahead and bring it in. I could do that. And I knew what he was going to do. All he was going to do was load up the sounds in this computer and burn them to disk and make them waves like that. Just a simple process. Fuck ass said, oh, well, how you gonna sit there and tell a $1 million company and they recording their grandma basement and blah, blah, blah and everything? No, what we gonna do is bring the PlayStation into the Lotus Pod. And what happened was, Fritz probably thought he was getting punked. He was probably thinking, this motherfucker
this motherfucker's bringing in a television and a PlayStation 1.
No, he hooked it up to the monitors, but he was probably thinking, I know this motherfucker did not bring in a PS2. He was probably thinking, you know what? Fuck this bullshit or whatever. I'm gonna make it sound good. Like I said, I totally get it. I understand.
For perspective, I think that was right after Fritz came to Psychopathic, so it was probably one of his first projects.
Yeah, he was probably thinking, you know what?
So he was like, "Are you kidding me, man?"
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
But no, my issue wasn't with Fritz at all, because I totally get it. I understand. I probably would have thought the same thing too. Like these people punking me. This dude bringing in a video game. What? Are you fucking serious? No, what it was that James was gonna put my shit on wave the right way, but fuck ass was telling him, oh no, he don't know what he's talking about and blah blah blah, this and that and everything. And retrospectively after the fact, he was like, well, yeah, maybe you're right. No kidding, because James been doing it since 1993. He knew what the fuck he was doing. Let him burn it on disc and be done. Man, some shit gonna make. I'm sorry. Some shit gonna make me mad.
13 years ago, man.
And some of it still get me heated. But like I said, look. I'm not gonna say I'm happy I didn't make it on Psychopathic at the time, because like I said, I got a whole lot to say, but don't got enough time to say it. But if I would have made it at that time, then it would have just told me that, okay, they like what they hear. That means I didn't have to step my game up, learn how to engineer myself and do all that. So I'm glad it didn't work out at that time. I mean, I was real young, naive, too trusting of the people around me and what have you, and it would have fucked up everything royally had I made it on Psychopathic at the time. Like I said, shout out to them. So no hate on Fritz, no hate at all. Like I said, my gripe, you know where my gripes go to, and it ain't Fritz the Cat.
Call him out.
Call him out?
Why
no,
not?
we could get to that. We could get to where I still have the longest grudge because it affect everybody around me. And man, if I knew what I knew at the time it happened, we was talking about it outside. I would have made a phone call.
Look, hindsight's 20/20, man.
Hindsight, yeah.
When you're in this game, as long as that we have, man, you definitely have some things to look back on.
You know my family. Like I told you at the top of the show, Matt the Jack is the real deal. I would have made a phone call, and if I would have found out that bullshit happened at the time it happened, your punk ass would have been spread out in the street because you fucked up a lot of shit. But let's go ahead and move forward. Because it's all good right now. It's very good right now.
So the deal with Psychopathic came and went. You released Hunting Season.
Yep.
And that after that, they just kind of dropped you. It didn't sell very well. Let's just call it what it was.
Yeah, it didn't.
I heard stories after the fact that like they found boxes, like they forgot about boxes and they brought them to Hot Hits.
And each one of them is worth $200 a pop, going for $200 because me and
now they're hard to get.
Yeah, me and Jump Steady talked about it a couple of times even before doing the DCGC. He said he looked that up, and I looked it up a long time ago too. Going off nearly $200 a pop for hunting season. And
I got my autographed copy at my crib right now.
Man, somebody hit me up. I don't want to call him out because I was like, damn, you got a lot of cheddar to do that. He hit me up talking about that. He went on eBay and ordered the original hunting season for upwards of that price.
But while you were there, though, most everybody there was cool with you. Like,
yeah,
like,
no
I know
problem at all.
You always spoke good on Jump Steady.
Yeah, jump.
Like everybody was.
That's
always
my
super
dude
cool
right there. Jump Steady. Joe was cool. Alex Abbas was cool. Talked to Monoxide shortly. TNT, rest in peace when he was alive. Esham, and I think that was about it. Blaze, I just kind of head nod to. He kind of looked at me like, yeah, whatever. What the fuck ever.
This dude.
No, he's still cool though. Like I said, I get it. I understand totally. I do. Yeah.
So look, let's take a little break. Let's reel it back in. We took it all the way to Psychopathic. That was a lot of history we covered in an hour. So let's play a little track, regroup a little bit. I gotta take a leak. Sure.
Are we going past 2005 to avoid the outbursts I've been having?
I mean, we can if you want to. we can do whatever you want, man. We still got another hour.
All right, I'll try to keep it condensed so we can move forward.
So we're gonna play a track. We'll be back in a few minutes.
What you gonna play?
We'll play Fear the Reaper.
Fear the Reaper.
Yep.
Love that shit. Play Flies too.
Well, maybe if we got time, motherfucker. I mean,
Fear the Reaper's only like 2 minutes and some seconds long.
Right.
So that's how long the break gonna be? About 2 minutes?
We might play 2 tracks.
All right, Flies and Fear the Reaper.
All right. Well, we'll be back after this on Wicked 101. No, I was just. I'm trying to do everything, y'all. I'm trying to I'm running the show. I'm running the audio. I'm asking the questions. I'm fucking running the music.
So how many people watching? It's like 2 or 3? 2 or 3 people?
Nah, man, we've had an average of like 20-something people watching at all times at least. You know?
Oh, all right.
But people are coming and going. I'm sure people got shit to do. It's Saturday night.
Oh, fuck V Sinizter. He ain't talking about shit. He just blah, 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 blah.
So we still got a lot to talk about, man. We got a giveaway coming up here in a little bit. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna do for that. He doesn't have the newest album because it's sold out. So he's got.
No, but this is the album that's out there. It opened up a lot of doors,
yes,
and like
sir.
I said,
So we're giving away 2 copies of V Sinister's Soul of the Beast.
Oh, it's
sealed.
Rare. It is rare right now.
We're gonna figure out how to do that.
Yes, we are.
I don't know exactly how we're gonna do that yet, but we're gonna figure it out in the coming moments. We're gonna figure out how to do that. We also got a debut of a sample of a new track called Paradise Lost.
Sample, man. Sample.
Yeah,
Paradise Lost.
It's not the whole track.
Man. If you want the whole track,
I had the whole track, but he's like, you know what? Last minute, let's cut this up. We're gonna debut.
yeah, if you want the whole track, come on. I know some of y'all can afford 99 cents. I know some of y'all probably got $2 in your pocket, maybe
they
30.
wanted to hear a brand new V Sinizter track.
And it's brand new. You gonna hear it. You gonna hear the first verse and the chorus.
So we're gonna play that in a little bit. But we still got some history to cover. So
all right.
Okay, we were talking about Psychopathic. You came, you went,
and
you
I
saw.
ranted.
Yep.
Let me just say this real quick. You know what will probably stop me from ranting and everything? The person involved. It would have been nice if you would have just issued an apology. Or you could have just said, you know what, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was thinking at the time and everything. But after the times I did see you, you didn't even offer an apology, and you know you fucked up. And it's not from a single source. It's from 3 different sources. Apology, hey. All right, I'm glad you apologized. We can move forward, but you didn't, so whatever. Next.
All right, so shortly after your run-in with Psychopathic,
yep,
there was a show in Windsor.
Oh, the Nightmare on July show?
Yeah.
Love that show, yeah.
Your hype man, Dan Tastic, who was originally in Dynamic Dudes.
Yeah, but that wasn't where you came in.
That was where I came in.
You talking about it was
I remember it like yesterday, brother. That was the first time I hyped for you was in Windsor.
Was in Windsor.
So your boy couldn't get across the border. Your boy couldn't get across the border. And you knew that I was a big fan and I knew the shit. And you said, hey, why, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you hype for me?
Why didn't you do it at the first Big Balls Christmas party?
I don't think I was around.
You didn't go to that one?
I don't think so.
That probably would have been next.
So anyway, you asked me to hype for you. I hyped for you, and everybody was like, damn, now he's the hype man.
Familiar. He's not a hype man. He tandem. This is, I don't even call him a hype man. Call him familiar because I'm on some magic shit. Warlock.
Chambers says he got detained at the border for that show for 6 hours.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people had a problem with that, I think.
Yeah. I would have got detained, too, because I ended up getting some felonies expunged, but that's a long, long time ago.
So that's where I came in the mix, and then, after that.
I didn't snitch. I served my time and got them expunged. Next.
All right. So that's where I came in the mix. And after that, we recorded Pale Horse together.
Recorded Pale Horse.
And we recorded The Haunt of Fear 2.
Haunt of Fear 2.
And there's probably
at the time you can't. Oh yeah, we did do Pale Horse, Night of the Living Dead, right? All right, yeah, it was. No, you didn't do Haunt. It wasn't a Haunt of Fear 2. It was the original Haunt of Fear.
I recorded Haunt of Fear 2.
Yeah, but that was at the Soul of the Beast.
The
original Haunt of Fear is ass. Fuck the original Haunt. If you got that, I feel sorry for you. Yeah,
that's because I wasn't involved.
That shit was ass.
I will say this though, you're not very good at constructive criticism.
I don't know. Sometimes you just try to be a little too harsh.
I try to be harsh because I know what you can do. I know that you are a talented motherfucker, and I know that I
still
bring
love
the best
Abracadaver and Tears from a Flower. I still like them, so fuck you.
So look, I told this dude, if you've heard Pale Horse, the Requiem.
Let's not go too deep into it. Let's just leave it at the fact that you had your opinion about it. I had my opinion about it, but
I'm just gonna say, like, look, Abracadaver, the man rapped as a female. It's a fact. I'm not dogging you. It's what happened, right? He said, look, I said, look, why don't you do it a different way? Hold on, let me just say my piece, then you can say what you got to say.
All right.
I said, why don't you do it a different way? He said, this is how I want to tell a story. And this is why V Sinizter is amazing. Because he in his mind, he has this idea, like, I'm going to tell the story this way because this is how the story needs to be told. And fuck what the fuck you're talking about because we're going to tell it how I think it needs to be told. And that's just what it is. So what ended up happening is the man rapped as a female on the track. And I clown him for it a lot. But look,
I'm still proud of it, though. I'll do it again.
He's a sick genius. There's a sick genius behind it. But the fact of the matter is, in that era, you wouldn't listen to anything I said.
If you let people limit your creativity, then you shouldn't be creating nothing at all. Because our artistry, whether it's music or whether it's visual, is all about self-expression. And you're right. I want to tell the story the way I felt like telling the story because it was different. If I was the only person that was going to do it, Oh, well, but I mean, look at all the stuff that happened after recording. Or no, if we're talking about the original Pale Horse, look at all the stuff that happened after that, because Soul of the Beast came around, and I'll be all day going over what happened after Soul of the Beast, because it was freaking awesome.
James says, don't worry. James says, don't worry. He doesn't listen to me either.
Oh, James on there?
Yeah.
James what's up,
What's
alias?
up, James?
Yeah.
So yeah,
we gonna get the mixing straight.
It's my opinion.
Yeah,
if you would just listen to me a little bit.
James just told you I don't listen to him either. I don't listen to Ben.
If you would just listen to me and James,
I don't listen to Steve. I don't listen to James. I don't listen to Josh.
You don't listen to anybody.
No, I don't. Well, no, I kind of do, but it depends on what you're telling me. And if it's something I feel is going to be detrimental to what I'm trying to get done, I'm sorry. I'm just going to roll with it.
And that's why we ended up recording that album 3 times before you were happy with it.
But that wasn't the Abracadabra wasn't the reason why, though. It was because I wasn't happy with the. Let me put it this way. I have a particular way in my head how I want something to sound, and if I feel like it does not meet the standards of what I want it to sound like, I won't release it. But I kind of didn't have a choice with Hunting Season, the original one, because I didn't sit in on the session for engineering to actually give it a full critique. But like I said, that Hunting Season wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't that bad though. I mean, people willing to pay nearly $200 for it, how bad could it be outside of it being rare? Fuck. If you're willing to pay $200 for it, shit, it can't be that bad. Now, I will say, the OG Haunt of Fear, my God, that was abomination on Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Gary is out 300 light years away. That album was fucking awful. Man, I recorded it and I had an idea about it, but it was the wrong engineer. It was recorded the wrong way. It was some bullshit.
Okay.
Next.
So look, let's bring it back up to 2017. So
2017.
So you took a bit of a personal hiatus.
Yeah.
And now you're back in the game.
I'm back in the game.
It took some motherfuckers dragging you, but now you're back in the game.
Yeah.
In a big way. You just
big way.
You just did the Dark Carnival Gamescom, right?
Fuck yeah. Awesome.
Why don't you tell us about that a little bit?
Let me say this first. When ICP made the initial announcement of me performing at the DCGC, it was split right down the middle. I'm pretty sure the people that went and seen the comments seen it. There was the detractors, as I like to call them, the haters, and then there was the fans. Some people saying, "Oh, V Sinizter suck." And I found out that most of them was up there talking about it because of the original Hunting Season. After the original Hunting Season, the people that was hating didn't give me a chance after the original Hunting Season. One person hit me in my inbox and he was up there trying to offer his advice, saying, "You know what's wrong with your rap style?" And this is a conversation I had. I might even pull it up on here. He said, "I'll listen to Sins of an Angel." No, he said, "I'll listen to your rap style and it sounds like you're kind of trying to race the beat, blah, blah, this and that and everything." So I was like, "All right, what album did you listen to?" "Oh, I listened to the original Hunting Season and the original Morning Star." And I was like, "Okay, well, let me stop you right there." I told him I paraphrased Cannabis that I evolved beyond that flow eons ago. He didn't say Soul of the Beast. He didn't say Annihilation, Haunt of Fear 2, My Heaven, Declaration. No, the Lionheart EP, he said the original stuff where basically I was up there still trying to find myself as an artist. Okay. Now, if people gave me a chance at the Soul of the Beast, and there was some that did.
I thought we were talking about the Dark Carnival Games kind of.
And we're going to that right now.
Okay.
All right. I got a chance at the Soul of the Beast, and like I said, there were some people that gave me a chance, and those are the ones, this album right here you could get to, Soul of the Beast.
You can win tonight.
You can win tonight. They gave me a chance after that, and they were on the defense against those who were hating against me. And like I said, it was split right down the middle. I was like, okay, I'm used to it. Fuck it, whatever. I done heard everything and whatever. So then I talked to Jump Steady, Big Jump, real cool dude. We got all that straightened out. He said, "All right, gonna need you here, and you gonna do this right here. You gonna co-headline with DJ Clay and ABK." I was like, damn, okay, I ain't performed since 2015, whatever we did the Joe Taylor benefit. But before the Joe Taylor benefit, I haven't been in official capacity V Sinizter since maybe the
2010 or 2011.
The very end of 2011, December was the last time I was in official capacity V Sinizter and hung it up after that. Haven't been official V Sinizter since the end of 2011. So I'm thinking, all right, they want me to co-headline with ABK, DJ Clay, and I was like, damn, okay, that's pretty big. All right, now I didn't sit to say, you know what, no, I'm doing cartoons right now. I kind of gave it to music, and I'm good, but thank you very much. I was like, no, fuck it. All right, I'll jump on it. I'll rock it. I'll get my shows. And they said, well, no, Rob said, we'll give you a 45-minute set. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to do 45 minutes because I already know the response is going to be people hating on me. And when I went to go do the DCGC, I was expecting what happened at the Big Ballers Christmas party the 2 times I performed. It wasn't like they was booing anything. Let's not talk about Ludacris show. My God.
We skip right over that.
Fuck that. Oh my God. But that was because of management again. But not the other person. This was somebody else. Anyway, did a DCGC, and I'm thinking, all right, what was going to happen was, in my mind, they was just going to stand there and look at me like I had a penis on my forehead, and like I had a vagina growing out my butthole or whatever. And I was like, all right, it's going to be what it's going to be and everything. I'm cool because I'm kind of used to it. No. Because I text you about what happened after that. I was nervous because the acts that kind of went up before, they had like a big crowd and everything. They was doing pretty good. What have you? I was like, all right, now here comes where the 10 people gonna stand in front of the stage. Everybody stand off doing their own thing. No, it was up there building up, and I was like, okay, I wasn't kind of expecting that. And shout out to Staples from Bedlam, because he had to fill in for me. Because he couldn't make it because he had some other stuff going on or what have you. So in the interim, had to bring another familiar with me, Staples. He filled in for him.
Right, and he killed it. From what I heard.
My
all
God.
the pictures and videos I saw, man, like that. Maybe he should be the hype man now.
Man,
he killed that shit.
Let me just say this. I didn't know what to expect. Me and Staples talking about it, and I kept talking about that. Maybe they just stand there, look at me, what have you, like they did, because, I ain't been in the game in so long or whatever, but Psychopathic had that much faith in me. I was like, cool, all right. So then when it was time to go on, I was like, let's do this. Staples went out there, what's up, Juggalos? However he did and everything, and there was, woo! It was pretty sparse, what have you. And I know the other quietness was because people didn't know what to expect. I've been out the game for a while. Totally understandable. But then when we got started, it kept escalating. It kept getting bigger. And I was like, the crowd started swelling up. Like I said, trust me, the videos that you see online, whether it was shot from my phone that had all the scratchiness because who was recording was standing next to a speaker. That's why you hear all that static in the phone. Oh, Cherry Bomb, shout out to Cherry Bomb who did the photos and the video for FagoLovers.net. No, FagoLoversHeaven.net. Let me get it right.
I love you too, Chamber.
Yeah. Shout out to her. She shot the video footage of it, and like I said, in both pieces of footage, did not get the whole entire thing of what was going on. I'm telling you, it blew my fucking mind. Like, wow, I did not expect to get that kind of, and it just kept getting better. Where it really picked up was after Juwan. Juwan's one of my staple songs I do. Then Flies came on. And Flies, like I said, it's a song I do just to slow down the tempo, catch my breath. But I was looking at the crowd and some ladies in the crowd, dudes up in the crowd and everything, and they had their hands up doing that, dancing to Flies. I was like, wait a minute, you're doing this to Flies? Flies wasn't that type of song, but they did. They love Flies. I was like, damn, okay.
So to sum up what you're trying to say,
that show
you got a lot of love.
A lot of love. Man, after I got off the stage, dude, I'm telling you, top 5 dead or alive, or at least easily top 3. They was up there asking for pictures, want me to sign this. What's going on? Are you going to be at the gathering? This, that, and everything. So you
got a lot of love.
Yeah, and I just pretty much told him, you know what? You see that guy right there? And I was talking about Billy Bill, because he was running the show and he was at the soundboard. I was like, if you want to see me at the gathering, you want to see me rock more shows with Psychopathic, you got to talk to him.
Trey in the comments summed it up well. He says, don't act so surprised, V.
Don't act so surprised. Dude, I'm serious. Was you at the Big Ball? Dude, you was at the Big Ball's Christmas party.
I was there.
And what happened? The crowd just looked at me kind of all weird. Maybe a couple people was throwing their hands up, but then after a while it stopped and they just looked at me. I was like, damn, what the fuck? Am I that terrible or something? And I was expecting that again. But when we went and did this show, Top 5 Dead or Alive, one of the best performances. And we've been doing this for a grip. And easily, if not top 5, top 3 Dead or Alive. I was like, fuck, yeah.
All right, well, let's, so now we know that you're back in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You did the Dark Carnival Games Con.
Yep.
What's next for V Sinizter?
What's next for V Sinizter? All right, let's keep it current, keep it positive, because this is where I'm smiles, and I'm not going to rant like a raving lunatic, and I'm going to try to keep this short as possible. First things first, Paradise Lost. Want to give a shout? Yep, Paradise. You already queued it up because you know that was coming next. Paradise Lost right there. This is the single off of the Great Stairwell EP. If you are familiar with my career in some capacity, and never mind the whole remix situation, let me say this, and this is real quick. The reason why I do remixes, because I was erasing Sins of an Angel, original Hunting Season, original Haunt of Fear. I was replacing with a new chapter, and it started with Soul of the Beast, Hunting Season Annihilation, Haunt of Fear compilation, and then we move into Pale Horse. Now, Pale Horse is done. There won't be a remix. I won't be doing that. It's done. That's done and over with. We're moving forward from Pale Horse. That was the second book. The second Gospel of the Apocalypse. First was Soul of the Beast, Morning Star, Book of Helios. Second was Pale Horse, Requiem for the Darkness, the Book of Thanatos. Now, we move into what's next. The Great Stairwell EP. You're going to hear a piece of Paradise Lost tonight. We're going to release the single this week. If you got 99 cents available in your direct deposit bank account, if you got in your pocket, couch cushions, in your cat's asshole, whatever, if you can scrounge up 99 cents, pick it up this week. You're going to hear a piece of it tonight. After releasing Paradise Lost, we get into the full EP, The Great Stairwell. We're going to try to release before the summer. We're working on it. And then after the Great Stairwell, Haunt of Fear 3, if you're familiar with the Haunt of Fear series. And then after that, Silent Hill X3, Kill God. And then after that, Enoch's Concerto, Overture to Heaven and Hell, Book 3. The books of Persephone and Hades.
One thing at a time, man. Damn.
You said what's next? All right. What's immediately next? Paradise Lost.
Okay, and then the Great Stairwell EP.
Yep, the Great Stairwell EP.
That kind of coincides. Okay.
Yep, Great Stairwell EP.
But then you got a bunch of other shit planned, so you're back in the game for real.
Yep. Let me open my phone up and see this, man, because I'm pretty sure I know some people that dog me out. Oh, you talk too much. They
maybe.
did?
Probably.
Oh, well, so you'll be all right. Fuck y'all.
Okay, so we talked about some history. Let's talk about something real.
Let's talk about real. Let's go ahead.
Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter.
See, as you can see, I'm a bit of a Mortal Kombat mark myself.
Mark.
And
you a toothbrush from him.
I'm a what?
A toothbrush.
Speak into the mic, man. I can't hear
you. You are a freaking toothbrush. You're all up in Mortal Kombat mouth.
Right. That's scrub. That's true.
You are fuck you.
And you're all Street Fighter all day, right?
I'm Street Fighter all day. Yes, I am. And it says I can't play video, so my phone is acting up again. I can't see shit, and I can't see over there because I'm...
We're going to get to the questions here. Let's talk, man, Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter.
Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter. Let's talk about it. What's up? Talk.
So who's your fighter, man?
On which game?
Street Fighter. You're a Street Fighter mark, man. Let's hear it.
Guile. Guile is my dude. Guile made me want to join the military. What made me want to join the military? Because I'm thinking you get trained like that, be a badass soldier and everything, and that jackknife kick. Guile. Jackknife kick, air breaker, sonic boom.
Sonic boom.
Yeah, you sound like you need to be on Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, you're right.
Finish him. Yep. I put that on. Yeah, I put that up on Great Stairwell too.
What?
Finish him.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Right.
I'll talk about it on there. Shout out to Greg, Chuck, Sean, Dan, and James.
So whenever.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut off your.
No, that was. I was just giving quick shout outs. I'll probably give some more shout outs too. But it's on business. Whenever you see V Sinizter, and I'm going by V Sinizter, it is straight business. One thing I don't do, I never mix personal and never mix business because it goes bad. it goes very bad. So what you see right now, we having fun right here. This is my brother right here, my little brother. But it's still business
Little
on
brother, man, come on.
How old are you?
I'm old enough.
You old enough, but you still younger than me.
10 years is
So
Yeah.
if we do the math, he would be little brother, right? Unless if he ain't older than me, he's little brother, right?
He's asking a peanut
So
gallery over here.
he's little brother.
Okay.
Little brother.
All right, so look. So you're all about Street Fighter. I'm Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
What about Mortal Kombat? Who do you play
Oh,
with in
Mortal-
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, it's always gonna be the military type guy. Curtis Stryker. Curtis Stryker, love Stryker.
Yeah.
Curtis Stryker.
But
Luke-
he wasn't in Mortal Kombat X, though.
Yeah, because they suck. Curtis Stryker was that dude. Back in the 90s, Curtis Stryker was that dude. That baton, you hit tap forward. I think it was kick, baton, toss him up to the back, then pull out the gun, brrr, then went over there, and then lob a grenade. I think a 5-hit combo.
All right, so let's move on from that. Let's look at the questions. We got a lot of questions. So
All right, shoot. Because I can't see the questions on my phone.
My shit just froze up. Give me 1 second. We'll get to the questions.
All right.
The one that I did see before my shit froze up was
why you talk too much.
Dirty Z was wondering, are you benching 300 yet?
Am I what?
Are you benching 300 yet?
I was benching 300 in 2011 and 12. Where you been at?
What are you benching right now?
Right now?
For real though, what are you benching?
No, max is 300. Well, no, 310, but minimum is 255. I'm trying to build up to benching 300 more than 10 times or so. So you got to build up to it. Because if you try to bench too heavy at one time and you're not ready for it, you end up killing yourself. I dropped 295 pounds on my neck. And I got a scar right.
You dropped it on your neck?
Well, okay, it didn't drop down. Of course, I'll be dead, but it was like it lowered down, couldn't hold it. Boom, right on my neck. I still got the scar. I think it's right around here because the knurls of the bar was on my neck and rubbing up against it and digging in my skin when I was trying to get the bar off my neck so I wouldn't die.
God damn, dude.
Yeah, but I still got the next day, or I think the couple days after, I got 300 up though.
300.
300 pounds. Benching 310.
So you can bench me.
Yeah. Benching 310, deadlifting 405, squatting 300. I'm trying to get my squat up though. Let's see it. Sinizter doing a whole lot. I'm trying to get some muscle on. Oh, you want to talk about this?
So while I'm looking up questions and stuff, why don't you tell us about
It could be
this?
worse.
What is this all about?
All right, I could probably keep this short because all you got to do is just go over to the page, just type in "it could be worse" and you can see what it's all about. But in short, the protagonist, if you will, is Vince Johnson, and his sole purpose is to get rich and famous by any means. He interacts with the creator. Well, I don't know if they probably can't see me because I can't see me on the screen. Anyway,
It's a comic, by the way.
Yeah,
I think you skipped that fact.
well, it's a comic strip, an online comic strip. I'm trying to seek syndication for, and basically I'm getting the views up there. I mean, by the end of last year, it was averaging maybe 2,000 views every week or so. But now I grind, hustle, and everything, and got it to getting views of 14 to 18,000 a week. Yeah, that's a lot of views, and I'm trying to get the numbers up there. They're steadily going up. But anyway, let's go back to the plot of the comic and what have you. We can skip the analytics. Protagonist trying to get rich by any means necessary. It's essentially a satirical parody or abstract satirical parody of my life. And the main characters in it is Vince Johnson, the creator, and the dog you see right there named Perry. Now,
Well, what's the inspiration for Perry?
Perry, because I used to have a dog named Perry. He's probably dead right now because I had him way back in 1996 to 99. And what happened, my homeboy, another rapper, won't give a shout out to Brian Hardy. He went by Lucky Luciano. He took him back to Ohio for me because at the time I was locked up in jail trying to get my felonies expunged that I was going to face getting thrown in prison for 2 to 9 years. But we're not going to go too deep in that because I don't know who may be watching now. And I don't want to rehash any old wounds. Like I said, we move forward, we cool now. So let's just leave that. I'll leave that one in the past. Anyway, I was locked up in jail. My homeboy took my dog Perry to Ohio, and he said that while I was locked up in jail, Perry ran away on him. So he's probably dead right now. But Perry, the reason why Perry's so inspirational, here's what happened. The police came to my house one day to arrest me, to lock me up, huh?
Thanks for
That Olympus story. The police came to my house to lock me up one day, take me to jail, and I hid underneath the car. Perry was in the garage. This was in the garage, and Perry was up there barking at the officers, and one of the officers talking about, "Shut up, dog, or I'm gonna end up shooting you," and what have you. And he kept barking. So it was MPs. Let me be more correct. MPs. They came to lock me up, and then Perry ended up crawling up under the car. So they put two and two together and figured I must have been hiding up underneath the car too. They pulled me out, slapped me in cuffs and everything. I went to jail. But I was like, damn, my dog was ride or die for me and everything. So, and it was originally my ex-wife's dog. She wanted the dog. I didn't, but I ended up taking care of the dog. And when I told her about it, she said, "Well, why don't I just get rid of the dog?" I'm like, that's fucked up. Why you gonna get the dog, and just because you moved in with your boyfriend or whatever, you don't want to take care of the dog now? I said, fuck it, I'll take care of the dog. Me and Perry gonna ride and what have you. And like I said, just to remember Perry, and like there's other animals in the comic too. There's Perry. That was my last pet that I own. There's Veronica, a cat.
What are we talking about right
It
now?
could be worse.
Okay.
Yeah, there's Veronica, his girlfriend.
Okay, so Perry was inspired by your dog, Perry.
Yeah.
Perry was inspired by your dog, Perry. Okay.
Yeah, Perry was inspired by my dog named Perry. Veronica inspired by my cat I had in the 4th grade who ended up getting killed by a dude with a BB gun. And I'm not going to, that's another old wound. And something fucked up happened to the dude, and he was my brother's homeboy. I'm just going to leave that one alone. There's Tornado, who ended up running away too when I was in the 6th grade.
Why are we talking about all your old dogs?
Because they're in the strip.
Oh,
yeah.
These are all part of the strip.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
that many pets. There's George. That's another sore spot not gonna touch. And then there's Bull, who was my stepdad's dog, who ended up dying because he ended up getting sick. All these animals that's in the strip. Oh, Sheba, my sister who owned the dog, Shamika, she sold the dog to a couple, had me crying and everything because she was a German Shepherd, but she sold Sheba for $5. That was retrospectively dumb at the time because you know how much German Shepherds are worth. Full-blood German Shepherd, retrospectively dumb. But that was back in 1984, 85, so yeah, whatever. All of them are dead right now. What about the comic? Oh yeah. The other characters up in there besides the animal. There's Stefan Selby, Devontae Chill, Deshaun Battle, Genevieve Payne, Bradley Jameson. Who was it? It was somebody else. I can't think. I'm drawing a blank right now, or that might be it. And of course, there's the lead character. Yeah, I think that's it. And the secondary characters coming up soon, but probably in the next season though. Oh, there's Leanne, Mickey, and Vanessa. Daughters of Vince. Those three are the daughters of Vince. That's it. And maybe a few side characters here and there, but there's a lot of characters. But I only focused on the main ones because if I tried to break down the whole entire aspect of the comic, it'll take up the last hour I got, and we got to move on. So if you want to know more about it, it could be worse. Look it up. You'll see it. You'll see the banner with the Vince Johnson. It could be worse in the middle. Perry on the other side. There you go. You can check it out. If you like it, drop me a like. If you don't like it, oh well. Now I ain't gonna say oh well. You know what? Give me a like. Fuck you. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. Just like the page and then go on, watch Grey's Anatomy, 50 Shades of Blue or whatever.
All right, so with that, let's give away these CDs. What are we doing to give this away? What did you want to do?
What do I want to do?
We're gonna do a little giveaway here.
We're gonna do a half and half.
So for those that are just tuning in, we're giving away 2 copies of V Sinizter Soul of the Beast.
And as I said, this is rare right here. I found these and still have. This is rare.
If you don't care about the music, you can probably sell it on eBay for at least $50.
At least, are you kidding it, man? It was the same amount of units as hunting season, so they're both rare. And if you can make a quick buck off it, because Lord knows I'm not gonna make a buck. Hey, I'm nice about it. I'm cool. I'm chill about it. Yeah, these was going for
chill about it.
Yeah, these was going for like 90 or over 100 though.
90 or over 100.
Strange enough, you could get them. Wow. Give me your soul. I want your soul.
You gonna sell me your soul? All of you watching this, you shall sign a contract with your blood, and you shall give me your soul so I can give it to Lucifer. Really?
Really? Wow. Anyway, here's what we're going to do. Oh, what happened? Did we scare that dude off?
We scared off everybody.
Did we scare you off?
We scared everybody off.
Oh, he on the phone? Oh, he up with everybody else. And everybody else.
Yeah, the whole
Oh,
party's upstairs, so
Yeah, because don't nobody want to be down.
reel it back in. We got to give away these CDs, man.
All right, let's give
What
away.
do you want to ask?
What do I
look,
wanna ask?
We're not going to announce the winners right now. We're going to look at the comments
all
and
right.
see who won. We're going to ask you 2 questions.
All right, the
first question
is going to be to a true V Sinister fan. The second one, we'll make it general and everything. We'll make it half and half. One for the casual person, one for the true V Sinister fan. Here's the first. I asked the true V Sinister fan question.
And just to be clear, the first person to answer correctly in the comments will win. Soul of the Beast. V
All right.
Sinister.
To win the first one for the true Cenobites. Here is the question. I go by many monikers, and I shall give you 4 monikers. 3 of them are real. 1 of them is not real. So, let's run it down the line.
The first one is
The Schizophrenic Nightmare.
wait. What do they got to do? They got to name. They got to name the
Name
one
the
that's
fake.
wrong.
Name the fake.
Name the
one.
fake one. Okay, so
That's the first
one
moniker.
is the Schizophrenic Nightmare.
Second
one
one,
is
Mr. Anime on Wax.
Mr. Anime on Wax.
Yep.
What's the third one?
Kitten Hunter X.
What's the fourth one?
Arcane Author.
Arcade Author. So it could be, if I had to guess, it'd probably be Kitten Hunter X or Arcane Author. It'd be one of the two.
I don't know because remember,
Or maybe it's Schizophrenic Nightmare. Maybe
Wet panties?
Maybe you
Wet panties?
Maybe,
You know-
you worded it differently or something. Maybe it's a trick question.
the true
Okay.
the true fan to know. We are. Let me help you out. The true fan and probably even the casual fan, as much as I went by, I know the Schizophrenic Nightmare is a real one. So you got 3 other ones: Mr. Anime on Wax, Kitten Hunter X, and Arcane Author.
Okay, well, what's the second question? We're gonna after the show we're gonna look and I'm gonna tomorrow I'll hit up the winners. What's the second question?
What's the second question? All right, let me think about that one. Let's make it a general one that everybody knows. Okay, Brrr. No, I'm gonna shoot this one to the. No, we gotta make it mainstream enough that everybody know. Throw some out there. I'll throw it out there. Throw something out there at random. Let's make it into a question. How about y'all? He's taking too long. Y'all got.
Why don't we make it a Defekt V Sinister question?
All right, let's make it a Defekt V Sinister question.
Earlier in the show, we named the show where I became the V Sinister hype man. Name that show. The first person to name the show correctly wins the second copy of Soul of the Beast.
We disagreed on it, but he says that's where he became the hype man, and technically the official hype man was at a show, but where did Defekt first get his feet wet helping the Schizophrenic Nightmare?
So yeah, there we go. We gave away 2 CDs, and
Yep,
like
there you
I
go.
said, we'll hit you up tomorrow.
Rare Soul of the
Because we're gonna
Beast.
get our drink on and play some video games tonight. But I'm gonna go through the comments and
Was that
see
9?
who won.
Yep. So how much time do I got left? About 16 minutes.
We got 15 minutes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna play the new track, the new sample.
New sample. Like I said, if you want the whole track, 99 cents this week. We're going to release it this week.
Okay. So no, Jay Reno, you cannot answer. Not fair. So we're gonna play this new track, Paradise Lost. It's just a sample. It's like a minute and a half. And then I'm gonna play you Abracadabra, so you can decide.
The fuck you can't. No, the fuck you can't. You man.
It's a V Sinister
This is
track.
where we're going to sit up there and argue. This is my brother. No, the fuck you can't. Pale Horse is done. We're moving forward from Pale. If you're gonna play. If you're gonna play
no. Look.
Curse of the Full Moon, Night of the Living Dead,
we're gonna settle this argument.
Deathbringer.
We're gonna settle this argument once and for all.
No.
We're gonna settle the argument
No.
once and for all. I love you, but we're gonna settle the argument.
It's not
once
that
and
I'm
for
not
all.
proud of it,
Look,
but he's trying to do it to besmirch my character as an artist.
Look, I just wanna make my point.
He's trying to besmirch my character, and I'm not
No,
having that
come
shit.
on.
I am not having that shit. Not that bullshit at all.
It's a V Sinister track. We're gonna play it.
No.
So look, we're gonna play the
No.
new track, and maybe we'll
Oh,
play
well, yeah, we can
Abracadabra.
play Paradise Lost.
Point being, if we play Abracadabra, I want to see in the comments what you think of Abracadabra. Should he have done it differently? Should he have just stayed true to what he wanted to do and get his point across the way he wanted to? I want to see what
I
the
will
fans think.
slit my wrist sign on a goatskin parchment to summon either Beelzebub, Mephistopheles, or even Oribus to let my soul go through the night. And if any of y'all sit there have any detrimental things to say about Abracadabra, I will haunt you in your sleep and kill you. So don't play Abracadabra.
Okay, well, here we go. We're going to play Paradise Lost, and we're just going to act like that conversation didn't happen. So here we go. This is Paradise Lost. We're back in this
So
motherfucker.
basically, he's telling me,
We're back.
I wasn't even paying attention.
And we're
Because
back.
I was getting grief that maybe the questions and idea I had was a little too hard, but apparently the question I had was a little bit easier than what he had.
My comments aren't really loading right.
They're not loading right?
Yeah.
So somebody answered it?
Let me launch Facebook app here.
Somebody
and,
won the CD?
see. I think the first one was won already, but
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer
Huh?
is.
You don't know what the answer is to my question?
The first question.
Oh, you don't know the answer? Oh,
I mean, I think I know the answer. But...
as much as you've been hyping for me, yeah, okay. You're fired.
Ah, God. All right, V. So we got 10 minutes left, man. What you want to talk about? You want to give some shout outs or?
I want, like I said, in a professional capacity. No, you know what? I'm gonna do this right here. Let's touch on. Can we touch on 2005? A little bit.
Whatever you want to. Whatever you. The floor is yours, man. It's 10 minutes left.
I'll
Let's
tell
talk
you
about
what.
you
I
want to
got
talk
10
about.
minutes. I'm gonna give you 3 things, and I'm gonna see it up in the comments. And let's make it real quick, cause you only got probably 9 minutes now. I can tell you what happened in 2005 that got me so heated and angry, and why I'm still walking around like a psychopath. I could tell you about the old groups I used to run with and try to run down the line what led up to V Sinizter and after. Or I could talk about what happened when I went and did the Fort Lauderdale show and the St. Petersburg show for, what was it, the rape release parties when I first came aboard Psychopathic. You pick one. You want to know what happened in 2005? You want to know what happened at St. Petersburg and Fort Lauderdale? Or do you want to know the full history of Alien Winds, Eshawn, a.k.a. Cat the Kid, who did Victory Road, dope producer, to James alias Mika B. Tay, run the whole gamut. Choice is yours. You got 9 minutes.
First person said 2005.
2005, and the first person, all right,
The second person said last one was Psy.
was Cy. All right, so you want to know what happened with 2005?
2005. Second person
They
said.
just want to see me get mad.
Apparently.
That's what it is. Y'all want to see me get mad, huh? All right, I'm going to try to keep this calm because I'm going to sit away from the mic because I'm pretty sure you're going to hear me because the meter's going to be all up in red, turning black and orange and everything.
Man, talk
So I
into
might
the
go-
mic, man.
You can't hear me on the mic?
I can hear you
Can
on the mic,
you
but-
hear me?
I can hear you. I'm just saying when you back up like that, I can't barely hear you.
All right, here's what happened in 2005. 2005, like after I got released from Psychopathic in 2003, some people thought that it was all over and I disappeared into the sewers and whatever and everything. And I told people that came to me after that, no, I kept the music going. Believe me, a whole lot of stuff happened. This CD right here opened up a lot of freaking doors. In 2005, got scouted by Interscope Records, Geffen, Capitol, major labels, you know, Interscope that Dr. Dre, Eminem, The Game, and 50 Cent was on. Got scouted by him. Geffen, who's on Geffen? You know, I forgot. There was some people on Geffen.
I had a.
All right, anyway, well, that was 2005. Let's go ahead and move forward. There was a whole lot going on. The Ludacris show, getting scouted by major labels, talking to dude from Reverb Nation, the whole 9 yards, and let's talk about the Eshawn A1 Yola release party. Let me put it this way first, so that way you get you'll get context for this ride anthem. You'll get context for this. If you think about the hierarchy on Psychopathic at the time of Eshawn, if you run down a gamut, let me put this in perspective for you. It starts at the top, and we talked about, you know, the Lightning Rod and other artists on the label. That was a conversation to go anyway. ICP, Twisted, Blaze, ABK, Eshawn. The next person that would have been in line at that time, like I said, this was over 10 years ago, so I could talk about it now. V Sinizter would have been in line next, then Boondocks, AMB, Then Young Wicked or whatever, Big Hoodoo, and Blase Rose, they would have went down the line, but V Sinizter would have been in the middle at the Esham. And of course, Esham would have left, and I would have been at the ABK if we're talking about the totem pole hierarchy of it. Here's what happened. No.
Are you insisting that you were to come back to Psychopathic at some point?
Oh, in 2005?
I just want to clarify. Like,
here's
people are scratching their heads right now, and I'm
just, and I'm finna answer your question.
Okay.
Here's what happened.
Okay.
Now, in 2000, because we running out of time, so I'm trying to. We running out of time. Here's what happened. Now, I'm pretty sure some of y'all familiar. Reno know because Reno threw a fit on Horrorcore about it because of what happened. What happened, like I said, it's all love now and everything. There's no beef or nothing like that with Psycho. I did a DCGC, so you know it's all good. But this was in 2005. Was no beef then. Here's what happened. In 2004, like I said, I was still under the impression that, Violent J had said a disparaging comment about me, and it was in regards to an interview I did where somebody mistook me saying that I was in Psychopathic Writers and I wasn't. What happened was I got asked the question if I was to remain on Psychopathic Records, what was going to be my future there? And I said, I'm going to put out Pale Horse and everything, but if it come down to it, I might be the newest member of Psychopathic Writers as Pump Handle, but that's if that's in the cards or whatever. But for right now, I'm focused on Pale Horse. Somebody mistook that, ran with it, said I'm part of Psychopathic Writers as Pump Handle. Violent J, I guess somebody brought that up in the chat room that he was in, and then, Violent J said, fuck V Sinizter, whack ass, or whatever and everything. He said that. And I was like, damn, what the fuck did I do? And Reno was up there talking about, well, no, you know what? I'm going to leave Reno out that. He didn't say nothing bad. Like I said, Reno ran, Tonal Runnels and everything, Canadian Bacon, so on and so forth. It's all love right now. Anyway, we're moving to 2005. It wasn't bad. It wasn't.
Okay.
It was.
Continue.
Anyway, continuing on.
You have the floor.
The next year, out of the blue, we get a call from Psychopathic. And basically what I was told by my manager at the time was that, Psychopathic want us to come to the Esham May 1 YOLO release party. And I was like, word? Because the only thing I was thinking was that I was going to go up there, I was going to get my ass whooped by all the artists up there. Because the last thing I had on my mind was Violent J dissed me in a chat room. And I'm thinking, all right, they coming up there to rat pack me or whatever. So I'm going there thinking, like, I'm finna throw down with Twisted Blades. We finna knuckle up and we finna go at it, what happened. No, what happened was we got there, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm still nervous because I'm on some street shit and everything, thinking that they finna run up on me and start packing me out, what have you. That wasn't the case at all. Walked up in there, shout out to Rude Boy. Talked to Rude Boy first, because I think he was the correspondent for that show and was doing all that. Because I don't think Jump Steady was on the label at the time, because he was an EMT at the time, so Rude Boy was handling all the correspondence. Anyway, Rude Boy handled it.
Why are we talking about this?
This is 2005. What's going on?
Okay.
Rude Boy came up to me, and this was at the show. What happened at 2005?
I remember.
Yeah. Rude Boy said that, Joe want to talk to you. And I was like, talk to me about what? And I was like, okay, word. So then I seen Alex Abbas was running the label at the time, and he had a bodyguard named Big. I seen Big. And I talked to Big before, and Big came up to me and said, yeah, Joe want to talk to you and what have you. And I was like, they ain't tell me what about and what have you. But I remember Monoxide did like the live video feed where he was up there talking about that when Violent J approached him, he asked him $1 million question. The question was, what are you doing with your career? And this was before Boondocks. This was when they doing the Underground Psychos and Boondocks was still Turncoat Dirty, before Boondocks A and B and all that. So when I got there, I don't know where you was at, but Joe came up to me and he was up there saying, he asked me the $1 million question. What are you doing with your career? And I talked to him. I was like, we sit there working on a few things and so on, but I'm open up to a lot of ideas and what have you, because basically, hey, I'm open up to it because we're performing at the Esham May 1 YOLO release party and what have you. So then me and Joe was up there talking a long time, talking about 50 Cent placing the music because 50 Cent was big at the time. We was talking about everything. And then that's when I started calling him Joe because he was like, Joe, what's up and everything.
2-minute warning.
All right, I'm finna close it out right now. Here's the short.
2-minute warning.
And you keep doing the sound. I'm about to close it out right now because this is short right here. This is what happened. I talked to Joe, gave him my number and everything. I'm thinking everything was cool. What happened? So then we did a show, got a lot of love, got a picture with Joe, Esham, and all that. And I'm thinking everything was straight. Didn't hear from Psychopathic until maybe 2006, because they played one of my songs on Violent J's WW Fuck Off Radio. He played Eyes on the Wall. But didn't hear nothing else from it except maybe that. So 2 years later, here's the short end of it, because I can't go into full detail, 1 minute left. Here's the short end of it and why I'm so heated. My manager at the fucking time, apparently from what I heard, said, and Joe and them was backstage with him. This is what was told to me by 3 different sources. They said, we want to pick V Sinizter up, bring him up on aboard Psychopathic Records. My punk ass manager told Joe, apparently, or Alex or whoever, if you want V Sinizter, you got to take me aboard too. Never got a call back from him again, nothing like that.
Why would you?
Basically,
At that point, why would you?
and I talked to Big, who told me Joe wanted to talk to me after that, and a few other people who told me that what happened was that right there. My manager ran his mouth trying to get in on a deal that Joe wanted to bring me aboard, and Joe and everybody else was like, well, if that's the case, fuck that. Hey, if it's like that, we don't want to be Sinizter at all. And didn't hear back from him until got asked to do the gathering in 2007, the Muddy Gathering.
Right, 2007.
Last time I heard from them. So basically in 2005, if the manager didn't run his mouth and fuck it up, not only for me and this guy right here, and my daughter at the time and my family, the hierarchy would have been, and we're going to close it out right here.
Man, dude. All negative
ICP.
and shit.
No. It would have been ICP, Twisted, Blaze, ABK, Eshawn, V Sinizter. So if you want to know what happened in 2005, I was originally supposed to been a Psychopathic artist in 2005, but that's why I keep my circle tight now.
This is all clearly speculation.
I wish it was.
All right,
wish it was. But that's
look,
it.
Well, look,
That's what happened.
That's the you have the floor story.
That's it. That's what happened in 2005. But like I said, it's all good now. Over 10 years ago, we moving forward and everything, and it's all good this year. We're going to work on bringing The Great Stairwell, Haunted Fear 3, Silent Hill X Kill God, and Enoch's Concerto. I'm V Sinizter. That's my little brother right there. Peace.
I'm Defekt.
My little
All right.
brother.
Wait, I got one thing. Man, hold on.
It's 10:01.
I know, but I got a couple things to plug. We talked for fucking ever. I got a couple things to plug real quick.
Plug 'em.
Okay, so next
Can't
week.
forget that.
Next week I have the Fuck Cancer benefit show coming up.
Why am I not on that show? How come y'all ain't ask me?
Why isn't he? Hey, why isn't V Sinizter on that show?
Yeah.
What?
Huh?
Do we got space for him?
How am I
All
gonna
right,
get
we're
here?
gonna look at
Same
getting
way I
V.
got to the DC
We're gonna look
music.
into getting V on that show, but as of right now, he's not on the show. But look, the Fuck Cancer benefit show going down at Simon's After Dark, May 13th. Next week, a week from today.
Y'all
got-
better be there too.
You better be there. It's for a good cause.
Or I'm gonna fuck you up.
All the proceeds go to a local cancer patient. We got Troubled Minds, Demonic, TWO. We got Staples of Bedlam. We've got Bass Mafia, Defekt. I mean, it's a great wicked
How
show.
you not gonna be there for that? If you ain't there, you a lame
They are
ass.
gonna be there. Everybody in Detroit's gonna be there. Are you gonna be there?
Man, Detroit, everybody in Flint, Detroit, Ypsilanti,
So you're gonna be
Kazoo.
there. You're gonna be there.
Gonna give me a
coming,
ride?
you coming down with
You won't-
Staples?
You won't come
Staples
down
is-
to the show?
Staples is performing, dude.
He
Just
perform-
ride with Staples.
What day is it?
It's next Saturday, a week from
Next
today.
Saturday, May 13th?
Yeah, you should come down.
Oh, well, I don't got to work Sunday, so all right. Can I get an artist pass? No. Can I get a free pass? What's
Man,
up?
it's a benefit show, man. Pay your 10
Can I,
bucks.
man, pay my How about $5?
Pay your 10 bucks, man. Shit. So look, okay, so I got that going on, and the last thing that I want to plug is my next show.
Troubled Minds.
Yeah, we're bringing my homies, Troubled Minds, in. I'm really excited for this. Make some motherfucking noise for
Oh,
Troubled
y'all
Minds.
making noise for them, though. I can't get nothing but a yay.
I clap for John Dude.
We all clap for John Dude. Look,
Man, John Doom died in the 90s.
John Dude.
Is dead. Except he's alive and it could be worse. But you know what?
So-
We're done plugging me. Wicked 101 next episode, Troubled Minds. I know y'all gonna be here for that.
Saturday, June 3rd, sorry.
What you about to say, June
I
13th?
was about to say that, but
Yes,
June
you was.
3rd.
June 3rd,
Saturday,
have
June
your
3rd.
ass here, Wicked 101, hosted by my little brother
Same
here,
day, same
Troubled
time.
Minds.
Yep. Trouble Minds in the motherfucker. And look,
He
those
ain't
guys,
Defekt no more. He's little brother.
So look, Trouble Minds. If you don't know about Trouble Minds, you need to get in the know before that because those motherfuckers are some talented motherfuckers. And
Yeah.
they're coming up, and they've been in the game 18 years, man. So if you ain't
When'd
heard
y'all
of them,
start?
18 years, man.
19 when? 1990 what? 99.
All right, so
There.
that's what's going down. We're gonna start promoting that, and yeah. So, any last shout outs or anything you want to say, man? We schooled them on a lot of stuff tonight.
Let's go to my lot of stuff. And we're 4 minutes past the time that was supposed to be due.
It's all right. Fuck it. It's not like we're on network television. We can fucking broadcast for another hour if we wanted to.
I don't think anybody gonna stick around for that.
I don't think so either. So why don't you wrap it up? Say what you got to say.
I wrapped it up 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago now. But you know what? I want to give a shout out to these people. I want to give a shout out to my team, Josh, Ben, James, Staples, little brother right here, and let's see. Going down the line, want to give a shout out to Minnesota, McNasty, Chamber, all the people back into the game now. Y'all back up in the game, so y'all gonna make me work harder now. Oh, what the hell was that?
You farted.
No, I didn't.
All right. My name is Defekt. This is V Sinister. We out this motherfucker. We're going to end it with Bless the Twilight.
Bless the Twilight.
Yeah, a rare Defekt track in V Sinister.
What about Haunted?
Well, that's not rare. We're gonna hit
Oh,
him,
yeah,
we're gonna hit him with something rare.
Something real?
Something rare. So we love y'all motherfuckers. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.
Thanks to all the 3 people that was there.